Hello, everybody. Welcome, everyone. The Limbus Company. Yeah, woohoo. Yeah, woohoo. Yay. Oh, fuck. All right. Hello. Welcome, everyone. Hope you're having a good day. Hope you guys are going well. Lovely to see you all, as per usual. Yeah, fixing my microphone. Hold on. Microphone is all fucky-wucky. Okay, we're all good. Hi, guys. It is Monday. Well, it's the beginning of the week. So, you know, it's normally the worst time of the week, but for us Limbus gamers, I don't know why I said it like that, but for us Limbus gamers, okay? Monday is not just a work week day. It is, in fact, patch and ID kit day. And that is what is going on today. Today. We have patch notes, which I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to be very, very upfront with you. Patch note discussion, in quotation mark, is very fucking raw. The patch is very small. So most of the time is going to be spent talking about the identities, which we will obviously get into as well. Hello. So that's what we're going to be doing, but obviously we'll talk about patch first, because, you know, you want to be interested in what's patched. There is something very interesting in the patch, though, and I think it's going to be very nice. It is going to be a W. Hello. Yes, so we will discuss that. First things first, we're on Limbus. Let us grab our modules. Very nice. Bug fixes. Bug fixes, some info updates, and all that. Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome. So, I'm not going to waste anyone's time. Even in debt, I will pull. Now you are speaking like a true Limbus fan. All right, let me get the patch notes out real quick, chat. Perfect. Okay. All right. Boom. Okay, hold on. Boom. Okay. So, we have patch. We also have John Lamp and Sinclair. And we're going to be talking about, obviously, the patch notes today. So get your butts comfortable. You know, everyone get nice and cozy. This is really tiny. As I said, look, it's not even like 3 pages long. It's literally like 1 page long, right? So it is very tiny. Happy bird season. Happy bird season. So, shall we begin? 2026 February 5th scheduled update notice. New content. Obviously, we have the new Pinky Apprentice Sinclair and Lobotomy Ego Lamp Gregor. That will be this week. Okay, that will be this week. Obviously, they are Season 7. And then we have... Honestly, we already have the biggest piece of information right here. Next is Target Extraction Faust. Now, normally I don't mention the target extraction. But if you have a note down here... Please note for your extraction plans that there will be a target extraction Hong Yuan in the future. They are all Faust for Faust Day. It is Faust for Faust's birthday. But besides Faust's birthday, pardon me, They're announcing the next target extraction, and it's the Hong Yuan identities. Isn't it Faust's birthday? It is Faust's birthday. Hi, show. I don't... No, guys.
Sinclair looks fun. However, sad he doesn't have the training to inherit the name of a star passive from Ren. Coping that Pinky Nurse Father ID will do it.
True. Also, thank you so much for the support. I appreciate it. I honestly do think Sinclair looks really fun, and I will get into that. And we will also be getting into that. The name of a star. Because that is a very sick thing. Guys, this isn't High Show. Because the High Show have already had a target banner. I wanted to make this clear. This is not a High Show banner. We've already had a High Show target extract. This is Hong Yuan identities. This is not High Show. High Show had their own banner. It was called High Shows. Right? That was before. This is not High Show banner. This is Hong Yuan IDs. This is like Lei Heng Mer Salt. This is like Lord Hong Lu. This is like Zichun. This is like Lin Dayu. This is like maybe N Corp Duo. So maybe Oshu. This is all of the IDs that aren't related to the High Show, which is the other half of the IDs. Yeah, because Lord Lu wasn't on the High Show banner. No, Lord Hong Lu was not on the High Show banner. Complete Night Drifter. Hong Yuan Faust. Yes, Hong Yuan are H Corp, but we already have had a target extraction High Show. In fact, hold on. I'll go to the hold on. Let me open up the Limbus company wiki.gg and I'll show you guys the banner. Because it wouldn't make sense that we get two target banners in a row. Target banner. We have it here. Hold on. I think they show it, do they? I'm trying to see. Where do they show the single targets? Here we go. Faction Bokak. Yeah, see? Look. This is High Show. See, chat? This is the High Show target extract. We've already had a High Show target extract. This is not High Show. This is Hong Yuan identities. It wouldn't make sense for them to appear again. Why are they doing it now? It looks to be... So, well, look, this is a trend they've been doing... They've started doing now since Season 5, as you can see here. We had a Blood Fiend banner during, you know, Blood Fiend. Then we had the High Show banner during the High Show. Then we had a Warp Train banner just during the Warp Train. There was a Walpurgis banner during the Walpurgis. Now we're going to have a Hong Yuan identity to, I guess, get all the ones that you didn't get last time. Why is it mentioned on the Faust banner? It's mentioned because... The reason it's mentioned in the Faust banner is because if you wanted to use this... If you were going to use the target extract, right? They're warning. They're saying, hey, just in case, if you wanted... You know, if you're going to use an extract in the future... There's going to be Hong Yuan identities. So, I don't know why they're mentioning it on the Faust, but I'm pretty sure they're just mentioning it here because it's going to replace the target extract, or it's going to be added onto the target extract, right? It's not going to replace it. Yeah, chat. That is yeah, we could be getting another Hong Yuan identity. So, we could be getting, like Night Drifter... We could be... Because you gotta remember, no, we have LCE Bokak first. Remember, we have LCE Bokak first, so we have to figure out that, but... It says in the future. I don't know how much in the future that is, but it says in the future. That's the most popular thing. Maybe Spoon Cultivation. It might appear during Spoon Cultivation. But that's so far away, so why would they mention it so early? Yeah, I think it's... I'm pretty sure it's just a heads up. But we might be getting a Hong Yuan related identity as well. Yes, so we might be getting a Jupan. We might be getting a Night Drifter. We might be getting a Family Hierarch. Yes, we should be getting Nocturnal Sweeping. We might get Shihua. They're gonna mention the Malphas, but you're not on the Malphas banner. Is it Malphas on the banner? Malphas is on the banner, no. Isn't she? Yeah, Malphas is right here. Malphas. No, Malphas is literally right here. I show pack Malphas. Right where my mouse is. I show pack Malphas. She is on the target, right? No matter what, ever since they changed it so that they changed it like a while ago, that target extraction now includes every identity of the sinner, even if it's from the last season. Damn, never mind. But yeah, I'm pretty sure this is just a reminder about for the future, so we might be getting a tease. It could be included. Yeah, it could be. I'm thinking maybe Jupan. It could be a family hierarch, more family hierarchs. Could be Night Drifter, who knows. Anyway, that's the most important part here, so keep on the lookout. Hang on. Is LCE fast here? Yeah, LCE is fast right here. Art of Blossom. All of them are. Every single sinner identity is on this. Also, happy birthday, Faust. Yay! What is the Lobotomy Remnant ID? Lobotomy Remnant, that's the Yuri ID. She's a Poise identity. It's Faust's birthday, yay! Anyway, that's the most important thing from this. Obviously, we have the new IDs. We have the... Also... This is also something very interesting. So... Do you guys notice something? Now, this is some tech. In the packages, they tend to... You know, they always put little logos. Right? They put little logos of the factions that are included. This is obviously the lamp to represent Gregor. But this little cross thing has to represent Sinclair. Now, it's either representing his, like... What's the word? It's either representing his... like, effect, how it has like a kind of a snowflake effect, or maybe Pinky related. Pinky replenches. Could be a Pinky thing. It could be a Pinky thing. It's a bit hard though. It looks like a cross pattern. Azure slash. What are you talking about? This like little effect here on the cards. Normally this like represents something. It could be Pinky lore. Could be Pinky lore. Anyway, that's literally it for new content. We are literally, it is from his outfit. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's something from that. Anyway. Anyway, we're on to the patch notes. There's only 2 pages of patch notes. Bug fix and improvements. First of all, fix an issue where the special animation for Lobotomy Ego, Dawn Coyote Skill 3, did not play even though the prerequisite was met. She didn't get her nom nom nom. But that's alright. She'll get her nom 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 now. Fix an issue where the effect middle identities gain min speed and max speed for encounter from Ego Gift Everlasting Change did not trigger specifically. Damn. Other effects of the chain bond were functioning. Only the Affirmant effect was affected. Nom nom nom. So, dude, I don't know what it is, chat, but the middle have been bugged as fuck for the last, like, 2.5 weeks. Ever since Middle Ishmael joined, dude, the fake middle identity joining the middle has bugged the entire, all of the middle. Ishmael is bugged as hell, and then the fucking middle gift is now getting bugged as hell. Dude, it's like they're detecting her fakeness, and it's like reacting. But yes, middle ID's been fixed. English only. Fix an issue where some dialogue text displayed when using Heathcliff's Reuven was extended. Okay. Finally, guys, move and reg has been fixed. The text has been fixed. Yay! Fixed issue where the text displayed incorrect order on the uptime screen of Ego. The skill effect is functioning as intended on unopposed attack. Does not activate the skill with on-hit cracking. However, as the text shown on hit without cracking, on opposed attack does not activate the skill effect. The order of the text will be corrected. Okay, so it's just fucking, what's the word? It's just text issue. Fixed issue where the UI indicator appears as if certain effects increase or decrease base of power based on sin, triggered even though skills do not use a sin attacks. The effects will not actually apply. The UI was displayed incorrectly. Okay, UI bug. Fixed issue where using an ego skill below Opto 3 in stage 950 caused an incorrect background image. Okay, that's fine. Fixed issue where certain effects do not play correctly on specific enemies in 93049. Okay, easy. This is the other big one, by the way. Updated and polished the English translations for Canto 2. Now, if y'all didn't know, okay, they are currently going through a massive translation rework, pretty much, of the previous Cantos. The tutorial and Canto 1 had a massive rework in terms of dialogue. If you looked at a website that showed you the dialogue, right? If you showed the dialogue and then opened the game and actually looked at the dialogue, fucking completely different. It is literally, I'm not even kidding you. I did this with a friend. We were opening the tutorial, and when Faust was explaining Dante's ability, it was pretty much it was completely different. It was an entirely different text. The whole thing was, they changed the whole thing. So when they say updated and polished it, no, they really mean reworked the fucking whole Canto and thing. So this is actually quite big, because they change they fix a lot of the Cine personalities and clarify a lot of things and explain a lot of stuff, and they really define it. So really good quality of life there. And maybe when we eventually, guys, would you be interested, guys, if we made a new Limbus account and did a challenge where we could have to play through all of the Canto again, but I'm not allowed to grind, and I'm only allowed to use standard banners, and I'm not allowed to spend money? Would that be interested? I was thinking if we did this, I would make a new account, and I'm only allowed to use, I'm not allowed to grind, so I can't grind. I have to pull on standard banner only, so I get no pity. Okay? No standard banner only, and I can't use money. So I have to, I don't know how I get anything done, but I guess I have to figure it out. Sounds peak. I'll have to get that set up then. Base IDs. I don't think I want to do only base IDs. Mouth bounce from the standard. I think that would be kind of crazy. Ricardo wall, maybe. Try without pulling at all, dude. Am I allowed to do weekly? I'll say that. You know what I'll do? I'll say I'm allowed to do my dailies once and my weeklies once. You know what I'm saying? I can complete a daily and I can complete a weekly, but I can't grind beyond the daily. I can do 1 EXP, right, to get the daily done, and I can do 3 threads to get the daily done, and that's it. I can't do anything else. And then the mirror dungeon, what I'll do is I'll only allow 1 mirror dungeon hard mode run. So, am I allowed to shard? No. We'll disallow sharding. We'll say no sharding allowed. I'm only allowed to pull. Fix an issue where under certain conditions the coin flipping animation played when the reuse effect was activated during combat. 1 weekly per Kano. 750 lunacy a fucking Kano sounds like a nightmare, but that sounds funny. I would do no sharding. Nah, I'd do no sharding. No sharding. You're not touching hard mode for months. That is fair. Not even season 1? No, I'd have to do no sharding.
You're allowed to use this for the banner.
Oh my god, Sai, thank you so much for the... Oh, I can use this for the banner. Oh, thank you. This makes Faust very happy for her birthday. I'm gonna use all of this to feed Faust 100 carrots. No, thank you so much, though. I appreciate it. We will definitely be using this on the banner. Don't you worry, guys. We will be pulling on the day, no matter how hard we go. It is Faust Day, but thank you so much. I appreciate it. We definitely going to be feeding Faust with this one. Yay! Fix an issue where the enemy killed voice line entry was missing from the Gregor voice line list. Okay. EN, change the manager ticket customization word for the high show pack Rodion due to translations that might potentially overlap when obtaining the new Gregor ID. Change text beast to animal. Okay, so TLDR for this one. The word that was used for Rodion C branch was beast. But obviously because Lantern is coming out, now Lantern is going to have beast. And then Rodion is going to be animal. There we go. The total achievement fast. Appreciate the donation. Yay! And that's it. That's the patch, guys. As I said, the patch is tiny as fuck. The most important things were the Canto 2 rework for notes and
Save it for Albina Faust banner.
Save it for Albina Faust. Don't you worry. Thank you so much for the support. I appreciate it. Yay, the Wii branch. Yay. But no, don't you worry. I will also be pulling there. Rodion sure is an animal. Yeah, the most important thing was the Canto 2 translation. And the Hongyuan Tiger Banner. No new MD. We're not gonna know any new... Can we check her out? Yeah, I can show her now, real quick. So, the thing is, we're not gonna have Mirror Dungeon until after the preview, guys. So, we're gonna get the roadmap this February. So probably next week, we're gonna get the roadmap. I'm gonna take a wild fucking guess. As I said, guys, my prediction, February 14th, Valentine's Day is the roadmap. I just have this sinking feeling, okay? I have this sinking feeling it's going to be on February 14th. If not, it's going to be really close to February 14th. Anyway, that's it for the patch. As I said, patch is very simple. Now, what you're all really here for is the identities. Friday the 13th. Oh my god, it is going to be Friday the 13th, isn't it? Sinking. It might actually be Friday the 13th. Alright. I know what you freaks all here for. And it's for this handsome man right here. Alright. We are going to be talking about, obviously, both of the identities. But we'll be starting with the lamp. Because lamp is the one that y'all probably want to talk about first. The lamp is coming. I have a sticky feeling. I have a rupture feeling. We are not the same. Oh yeah, I am freaking. He is a very handsome man. Especially with his fit. Alright. First things first. Let's zoom on in for y'all. This is a Mono Pierce identity. We have a Mono Pierce identity. He is Wrath, Gloom, and Pride. He is also Burn Sinking. Let's talk about this. So, starting from the top, we have the 2-coin Wrath Pierce skill. Intense Stare, 0 range. We have, if any of the following conditions are met, gain coin power. If target speed is faster than this unit by X or more, if this unit's speed is X or slower, and if the target has Dazzle. So if any of these conditions are fulfilled, you get coin power. On use, if the target has an X amount of sinking or burn, you gain coin power. And then on use, gain bind next turn. We have inflict burn, first coin, inflict sinking, second coin. So, first things first, this conditional is super easy. Alright? This is like pretty much a self-fulfilling conditional. The biggest thing here is we kind of know what these values are. If the target speed is faster than this unit by 3 or more, because we know how the speed works. So if it's by 3 or more, and then if this unit speed is probably like 2 or slower, right? Because he wants to be at 1 speed, so it's probably gonna be 2 or slower. If the target has Dazzle, which is obviously from his lamp effect. So, and so this will probably be very high clashing skill, and the fact that he always gains bind as well, he's always going to be fulfilling this. He also has burn and sinking. Obviously, the potency is not really that important for this instance. You're caring more about how easy it is for him to fulfill this conditional, right? 1 limbillion bind. Is this his first 1,000-yard stare? No, he's had a couple 1,000-yard stares. He has a couple. He's just chilling. But this skill, very simple. You're using it to clash. You're using it as a, it'll have high coin power, like, obviously coin power, and he gets more coin power later, so you'll see. Brilliant Glory upscale, pretty much. The second skill is where it starts we start cooking. Alright. We have Destroy. By the way, this is a sick fucking name. Destroy the visible with the invisible. What a fucking fire name, bro. Where's this little roach? It's on the ground. Pablo's on the ground. We'll show it in the game when we get it. Proof to those. Don't worry, it will come back in like 2 years. Anyway, what a fire name, by the way. Fucking yeah, a Gurren Lagann ass name. Destroy the visible with the fucking invisible. Fight the power, bro. 4 coin. He's pulling his diffraction out. We have a 4 coin Gloom Pierce skill. Okay, this is the fucking move you're going to be spamming the most. Again, we have, if any of the following conditions are met, except you gain Clash Power this time. So any of these conditions, you get Clash Power. Again, if they have Sinking Burn, you get Coin Power. But what does it actually do? First coin will inflict Sinking count, and then on hit will deal X% of this coin's final damage as blunt damage. This comes out on Thursday. Yes, this Thursday, chat, is when these IDs will come out, so don't you worry. The second coin inflicts Sinking Potency. It will deal X% of this coin's final damage as blunt damage. And then the third hit inflicts Burn, and the fourth inflicts Burn count. So funny that, again, we have the X% of this coin's final damage returning. Except this time it's on the first 2 coins, but it is on... We have Sinking count and Burn count. Now, we can be very easily predict most likely what the Sinking count is going to be. This will most likely be 2 Sinking count. Right? It'll most likely be 2. I doubt it'll be 1, but it could be 1. I'm going to say 2, and on a good day, it might be 3. Alright, but 3 Sinking count on a skill 2, that might be crazy. It could be. If it's 3 Sinking count on skill 2, I'm not even going to lie to you. This would generally be kind of cracked if this is 3 Sinking count. So I don't think it's going to be 3 Sinking count. I think it'll be 2. Okay? Burn, it could be 2 burn count. But it's probably going to be 1 burn count. But it could be 2 burn count. But I'm going to say 1 burn count and 2 Sinking count on this. Now, as I said, guys, count is not really that much of an issue in the modern day of Limbus Company. If you have, like, Echoes of the Manor, you can have that on Ishmael, or you can have that on Otis. If you have Ujat, if you have the Ujat... By the way, if you have Ujat Otis, by the way, I just want you to know, this ID and Ujat Otis... Which, coincidentally enough, I'm pretty sure they're going to be in the same timeline. Right? They're going to be in the same timeline. They are doing the, like, dap up meme. You know, they like fucking dap up each other with a fucking muscled arm. These two go together like fucking, like, I don't know, rock and stone, right? If you don't have Linton, is this good? Yes. If you don't have Linton, this is also a very good alternative identity. I was going to mention, that, what's the word? Linton Gregor is a good sinking identity, but he is a little bit difficult to use because you have to stagger people and you have to, you know, you have to deal with like his like very gimmicky passive, but this is a very fine alternative to him. In fact, this is good. Did I hear Rock and Stone? Rock and Stone. Garp and Kuzan, yeah. Luffy and Zoro. All right, so this is probably gonna be 2 count, and this will probably be 1 burn count, but it could be 2. If this is 2, GG, by the way. If this is 2 burn count, oh my goodness. This is probably 2 count. Now we have, honestly, his best skill. This skill, I don't know how to tell you this. This is crack cocaine. All right? This skill is crack cocaine. That's the best way I can describe it. First of all, we have a 3-coin Pride Pierce. If any of the following conditions are met, you gain coin power and deal more damage. Okay, so pretty much perma coin power. As we've said, the conditionals for this are going to be fucking easy as shit. Unless they always change, right? First Pride Gregor skill. No, he has Pride on his high show. Alright. It's safe to assume he's a clashing monster. Oh yeah, this man clash. This man not only fucks, but this man clashes. Alright. So, unless all the values on these skills are different, I'm going to assume, again, it's 3 speed and like lower than 2. Next, we have, again, if target has sinking, burn, gain coin power. Now, honestly, for all of these, right, burn is the easiest one to fulfill, but again, sinking. If target has dazzle, you will convert all skills to unbreakable and gain, again, clash power. So he gets even more clash powder. Okay? Then, after attack, if the target is defeated or if it has dazzle, you gain plus coin boost next turn. He has Wrath. It's on skill 1. This is literally Linton Gregor skill 3 conditional, except Linton Gregor skill 3 conditional, you need to absorb sinking to get the plus coin boost. But as long as the target has an X amount of dazzle or you kill them with the skill, you get plus coin boost. Welcome back, Linton Gregor. Yeah, pretty much. Then the actual effects we get on hit, the first coin inflicts both burn count and sinking count. The second one inflicts burn potency and sinking potency. And then the third one, yeah, this doesn't consume it. No, it just they have to hazard. What does Dazzle do? We will explain what that does on the second page. The third coin is if the target has X% or less HP, or if it has Dazzle, you deal more damage. On hit, if the target has Dazzle, you'll deal Gloom damage equal to a percent of this coin's final damage, so most likely 30 or 50% extra damage on top. Now this, I'm pretty positive, this is going to be 3 sinking count. This is going to go neutral, and this might be 2 burn count. If this is cracked, this might go 3 burn, this might go 3 for 3. Alright? But I'm gonna say it goes probably 2-3. This will probably be like 2-1. That's my prediction, okay? I'm gonna assume this is 2-3. I'm gonna say 3. Does fucking gloom damage, yeah. The fact that it does gloom damage is funny as fuck. But yeah, as you can see, Dazzle is very important on this skill, and we will talk about Dazzle, so don't you worry about that. But we have coin power. We have coin boost. We have fucking 1 billion% bullshit. Yeah, this skill's cracked. Maybe 8-2 like Hohenheim. I mean, if this inflicted 8 burn count in 2026, I would do a backflip. Hey, the supporter middle? Well, we'll get there, don't worry. Next, we have the Wick of Burned Feathers. Dude, they always fire with these names. We have his block. Now, it's a clashable guard. We have combat start. So this is combat start. Gain lamp up to an X amount of stacks. For every X stack gained, you take HP damage equal to Y of the max HP. This effect does not reduce his HP below 1. Turn and apply Ace to the bind on self, divided by X other allies with the slow speed rounded down. So, this is an alternative way to get lamp. The reason I say an alternative way to get lamp is because you'll see how you get lamp in the passive. But this is crack. So you get lamp really fast. Now, the only downside is you hurt yourself. Okay, he doesn't have healing in this kit, so you will hurt yourself. But honestly, forget that lamp part. Apply a haste to other allies for free? Yeah, you don't want to. Okay, here's how it works. If you can't, honestly, his guard is to help his other allies. His guard is less about himself, but it's more to buff his allies. Because bind on self other allies, that'll be at least 1 other ally or 2 other allies, right? It is rounded down. So, it's not bad. Especially if you use older identities. See, this is the thing, chat. This benefits older identities more, right? And guess what identities he wants to team up with? I won't tell you, I'll show you. First, we have... Now, this is where you guys get your W over me. Dazzling Lamp. We have turn, start, gain, lamp. External effects cannot change this unit's min-max speed. He cannot change his min-max speed. He will always be whatever his min-max speed is. When chaining skills, this unit can redirect the attack, targeting itself regardless of speed. Doing damage to him helps this team. It's so cool. Yeah, no, that's really sick. Clash skills regardless of speed. He can clash something really strong. Yes. His min and max might be 1 to 4.
Honestly, he seems like a very good support ID. Not only that, but he will clash like crazy.
Hey, dude, thank you so much for the support, bro. I appreciate it. Yeah, no, he is genuinely, he actually is quite supportive. That is like, honestly, he is very supportive, and his not only his clash, his damage is going to be crazy, especially on S3. He clash, he win, he defend his team. Not only that, guys. Again, thank you so much. He can just redirect attacks.
There is a prescript for you, Kamui. Recite the prime numbers and stop at the 9th. Take that many steps inside your room at your leisure. 1 hour.
Oh fuck. Thank you for the prescript. Okay, we'll get back to that prescript. We'll get back to that prescript. Thank you so much, though. As I was saying, He can just redirect any attack. He doesn't need a buff like Ishmael. He can just do it. He doesn't need any buff, so it's why Ishmael's the only other identity in the game that can do that, and she needs to be in her god mode. I've got to do it. The prescript is like, I'll do it. I don't know. I don't remember my prime numbers. I'll Google that. It's fine. I guess I'm getting thrown into the boiler. He also gains, when gaining haste, this is very interesting by the way, when he gains haste, he gains 1 clash power up, which I think is very funny, and once the above effect ends, he cannot gain haste for the rest of the turn. It is the will of the city. Yeah, I'm cooked. Are they only divisible by 1 in themselves? Okay, good to know. So yeah, no min-max speed. We have infinite clashing, and when you gain haste, you gain clash power up 1. This is awesome. Do you remember your primes? By the way, this is 1 out of 3 passives. Here is his second most interesting passive. Ego Gear Proficiency Manual. Turn start, gain defense level up for every Y ally wearing Ego Gear. When an ally dies, gain pierce damage up. Now, this is not that important, but this is the big one. Ego Gear, LCE, Lobotomy, N-Corp. These 3 lived in harmony. Now, typically, they'll add caps in after, but I'm going to go, even if it's at like 5, right? Ego Gear, that's so much. Yeah, there's a lot of confirmed love corporal focus. It could be. We do know that it is I saw Lantern, Ego Gregor, Lamp, Ego Gregor, or Fire Fist. Great question. That's a hard one. Fire Fist if you want pure burn. Lamp if you want to have a supportive tank. Oh yeah, he lived in harmony, you say? Yes. So if this is like 5. Okay, you need to understand, because like I know defense level up isn't really that like interesting of a stat, but it's one of those it's a sleeper buff, right? It's like offense level. You don't really notice that offense level helping you, but it does. So does defense level up. And this is permanent. So he'll just permanently have it. If this is like 5 defense level up minimum, or like max, that's still crazy. Just free 5 defense level up permanently. That's gonna help him so much. Sloshing Ishmael upscale. And if this isn't capped, like if this goes up to 11, GG. I don't think so. I think that's too good. It probably caps at 5. I'm gonna say it probably caps at 3 or 5. Right? Or 2. It might even cap at 2. Because if this is going to be used with Lantern Yi Sang, if the idea is you use Lantern Yi Sang and you use Art of Blossom, yeah. Okay, guys. So you want to know why this part is here? Art of Blossom, Lantern Yi Sang, dude. It writes itself, bro. Does Spice Push count as he's wearing Ego? He is efflorescent Ego. It says Ego Gear, so gear has to be from Lobotomy, LCE, or N-Corp. Guys, this is literally written out for Alyssa, for Art of Blossom Faust and Lantern Yi Sang. What does level up do? Defense level up boosts. It's like it's the opposite of offense level up. So defense level up boosts your defensive skill power up, and also reduces damage you take. Philip downscale. Yeah, Yi Sang is wearing Ego for an amazing reason. Tech liberation counts. Don't forget Fell Bullet. Yep. Then we have his main passive. Here's his actual main passive. Eyes bright like lamps. Combat start, you gain X lamp for every gloom resin. Okay, as I said, remember how I said this ID will glaze the fuck out of Ujat Otis, and Ujat Otis will glaze the fuck out of this ID? Yeah, this is why. Gloom resin, you get lamp. It's not a resin, it's gloom resin. So you need a minimum of 2 gloom skills. Then, if combat start, if enemy has a dazzle, you get SP. So yes, do Civilization ID and Talisman count? Yes, they are wearing Lobotomy Ego Gear. Then we have the crazy buff. This is a insane thing, okay? Turn end, apply Guardian of the Forest next to the ally with the earliest deployment order among those who do not fit the conditions. Is this unit is an ally with Guardian of the Forest and is an ally that cannot heal SP due to such panic or corrosion. We will get into what that Guardian of the Forest is, but let me tell you, this might be fire. If this passive is not a resin passive, I'm going to be shocked. Okay? If this passive is a owned passive, I will be shocked. This might just be res. Like, it might be. Well, I'll tell you what this does in a sec on the second page. Then we have the last thing, which is the support passive, which is were there more lives to be saved? Turn and apply to the following ally with the earliest deployment order among those with negative effects. Gain aggro to the leftmost skill slot next turn. And gain blunt damage up next turn. This support passive has now enabled anyone to become a tank. Any identity can now get aggro. Reliably, at least. Because you need to be highest, earliest deployment order, and most negative effects. This most likely will be a resin, maybe a gloom resin, or a pride resin, or a wrath resin. It's probably going to be like maybe a pride resin. Yeah, Lantern Dawn, exactly. Bird fair greed are hurting the economy. They get buffs with each other. I think if we do get more bird identities, chat, they all share this passive. I think they all share. You know how the index share the prescript? I think all of them share this. I think what you're seeing here, chat, is the bird passive. This is the bird passive. You know how index all share the same prescript? It's in their passive. I think this is that for the birds. This is my envy resin. This is why HP upscale 100%. This also synergizes Lantern Dawn? Correct. Alright. How dazzling. How dazzling indeed. Together we are the Guardians. It's why it's yellow. Yep. We have yellow. More bird IDs? We could be getting bird IDs. Guys, if we do get Lobotomy Corp Borpurgers, we might legitimately get like a punishing bird. That would be kind of funny. How does Gregor flick dazzle again? Great thing you asked. Let me show you how. If we go to his second page, we can actually see how everything works, including how Lamp works, and including how Guardian of the Forest works. But most importantly, we can see what Dazzle is. So Dazzle, for every X sinking and burn, you take more damage from base attack skills. It is a panic type. Unique SP change their panic type to Dazzle. Units without SP lose defense level, turn and lose X amount of stacks. The effect is not cumulative and will replace with the current value, blah, 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 blah. Dazzle panic type, low morale will gain bind and offense level down, and panic will gain bind and offense level down. So, the Dazzle effect is X more damage from base attack skills. And this is global, by the way. So the difference, so you might be asking me, Mr. Ever, what, isn't this the same as Shadowmark? No, Shadowmark is specifically Gloom and Gluttony skills. Okay? Gloom and Gluttony is Shadowmark. Echoes of the Mana inflicts 50% chance to count. Blue Sand is a +1 sinking count on Clash win. Mercil's getting Judgment Bird. Oh shit, he might be doing that. And then this one is more damage from base attack skills flat. How do you inflict dazzle to the enemies? Great question! King of Greed and Servant of Wrath? Maybe King of Greed, but I don't think Servant of Wrath. Lamp. Here is the effect of Lamp. Turn end, gain X bind for every Y stack. Simple. We have turn end at maximum stack if there is a random enemy on the field, if there are enemies on the field, consume all your stacks to activate the following effects next turn. Gain aggro to the leftmost skill slot and inflict dazzle to the core with the most HP. So you need to have max lamp, and if we see how Hohenheim, he has 20 lamp, so you will probably need 20 lamp too. How much do I think it'll be? It might be like, considering it doesn't say percent, right? It's not mentioning a percent. But if it is a percent, it might be like 10%. Could be 10% or could be 20%. They might actually make it bigger. It might be like 50% or something like that. I doubt it though. Maybe it is 50% because this is a very hard panic type to hit, right? you have to trigger Lantern. So if this is only like 10%, it might be like, oh, well, that's not that much. It might be like 30 or 40. I'm not gonna lie to you. Because if this only activates when you have, like, you get lamp, that's a lot of effort you gotta put in. You know? Yeah, exactly. Like, gaze and contempt is like 50% bonus, right? So this might be like a 40% or 50% based on the amount of burn and sinking. And then we have Guardians of the Forest. Okay, here, this is cracked. Okay, remember, this, you give this to your allies every turn, just for free. You don't have to do anything. Before attack, activate the following effect. Plus coin skills heal SP. If already at max SP, gain offense up next turn. Minus coin skills lose SP. This effect cannot reduce this ally SP below X. Lose the effect. That is right. We finally live in a society where Sunshower Heathcliff will lose SP on attack without having his passive and without having rags. Save the minus coin society, Lamp Gregor. All right, and Corp Sinclair upscale. Yeah, but the fact is, by the way, this just is like the fact that it also heals like SP on normal allies as well. Remember, you just apply it to your allies for free. Like as far as where even if this is a res passive, it's Bleach reference. I love Bleach. Even if this is a res passive, you are still giving your ally a free turn of SP or minus SP. Sunshower is also an ego gear, yes. Sunshower is an ego gear. Red Sheets is an ego gear. Slush Mail is an ego gear. We got Lobotomy, Regret, Faust is an ego gear. Solemn Lament is an ego gear. Fucking all of these are fucking ego gears. We have a good bazillion ego gears. By the way, this also scales amazingly well with Lantern and Solemn Lament. Art of Blossom Faust is ego. And Corp Sang is ego. Contempt Oryoshu is ego. You do, it says lose this effect. Now, I'm not sure what lose this effect means. It might say after it activates, you lose the effect. But it doesn't say lose. Normally it would say turn end. Codion, Queen of Hatred. Well, the thing is, Queen of Hatred Codion didn't need minus SP on skills. I mean, it's not support passive. Otherwise, Solar Sunshine would go crazy. Dude, imagine if this was on support passive, that would go crazy. Magic Bullet. Yes, you are correct. In fact, this legitimately, I just realized something. This might solve the Rusty Coin Lobotomy. This might solve the Magic Coin Bullet issue. Or just the Magic Bullet in general issue. Problem with the Magic Bullet is the higher the bullet you are, the more at higher SP you need to be to actually not shoot your allies. With this, yeah, before attack, this might help with Magic Bullet.
It took a year, but finally the T.L.O characters have a faction leader to help them.
True though, actually, not even a fucking insane statement to say. Also, thank you so much, Coffee. I appreciate it. Thank you for the support. Yes, we have a TLA faction leader, guys. Philip, wait. I don't know if Philip counts. Philip is volatile ego. He doesn't wear ego gear. Does counter count as an attack? It just says before attack. No, I don't think Philip is ego gear. Philip and oh my god. Philip and Sunshower. Not Sunshower. Volatile Ego isn't Ego Gear. Yeah, Volatile Ego isn't Ego Gear. Spice Bush. I forgot Spice Bush, bro. But Solemn... Jesus Christ, what's wrong with me?
Will you do an Ego Gear MD run?
You know what? Yes, I will do an Ego Gear MD run. Also, thank you so much for the food. I appreciate it. Volatile. So we got Philip, Spice Bush, and Ego Dawn. Okay? So Sora, Philip, Spice Bush, they do not count toward this. And you know what? We will do an ego run, but we'll do that after, because we have to talk about Sinclair as well. Yeah, Spice Boost doesn't count. So, if we go back now, guys, to the main page, now that we know what Lamp does, now that we know what Dazzle does, now that we know that, you know, what, Guardians of the Forest does. So you'll see, note how it says, when you look at Dazzle, all right, you lose stacks. Okay? You lose stacks. It's not a... like, you don't lose the effect. Which means it lingers. This is an effect that lingers. Dazzle doesn't get consumed on one turn. It lingers. When you have that in mind, the fact that he has conditionals on Dazzle for literally fucking everything. Dazzle here, Dazzle here, Dazzle here, Dazzle here, Dazzle here. Yeah, bro's gonna have perma uptime. The fact that you also get a lamp for every gloom res. Let's do mathematics. Let's assume he has 20. He has a 20 max cap for lamp. Okay. Let's assume he needs 20 lamp to inflict Dazzle. He gains lamp on turn start, and it says X lamp for every Y gloom resin. So it's probably like 2 lamp for every gloom resin or something. That makes sense. So if you have a gloom resin of 7, if you 7 gloom res, he might get 14 lamp. Okay, so that means in approximately 2 turns you can inflict Dazzle. That seems pretty fair, right? In terms of ProjectMoon turn or like speed. Normally they like getting your gimmick. You want to get your gimmick usually like within 2 to 3 turns, right? Philip will still get SP. Yeah, Philip will still get SP from Guardian's effect. He just won't get this. He gets the Guardian's effect. 2 for 33. Well, because remember, it's Pride Resin, not A-Res. Right? Panic is a panic changing type, yes. Because this is Gloom Res, it's not A-Res, right? So you need 2. So it's probably going to take you at least 2 to 3 turns, as they typically do, to activate this. Not to mention, you can block if you want. Although, gain lamps up to X stacks. So see this bit? This bit reminds me of Sora counter. Alright? This reminds me of the Sora counter. So you know how Sora counter has... you gain... what's the word? When you activate the counter, you just get like 6... of the Grace of the Prescripts instantly. This looks like to be a thing where you might just gain like 10 stacks for free. You know? So that's what I'm thinking. It could be something like that. And then with that, with the S2 just being a 4 coin, just strong 4 coin with stable count, this is going to be an insane clasher. This is going to be crazy. Yeah, the fact is, 6 or maybe 7. I don't know about that one. But yeah, the fact is, this is going to be pretty useful. Now, before we get in here, prescript. Okay, we'll do the prescript in a second. We'll do the prescript in a second. Hold on. We gotta rip the band-aid off, chat. Is this going to replace Fire Fist Gregor in the burn team? No, probably not. I mean, if you want to use strictly burn, strictly damage, like you only care about burn count, no, probably not. Is this gonna replace Liu Gregor? I mean, yeah, probably. Probably another alternative. You could make an argument that Liu Gregor is probably not used as much in comparison to this Hohenheim ID, which gives you a lot of bit. I mean, Liu Gregor does a blunt, he does blunt damage. He does, I'm just saying. But however, is this going to replace Edgar? I would say that it doesn't place Gregor. But if you don't have Linton Gregor, you're going to want this. Linton Gregor is a good syncing identity, but he is also gimmicky. Okay? You need... So his... Linton Gregor skill 2, you need a clash to get positive syncing count. To get syncing count, you need a stagger with skill 3 or kill. And then you also like absorb syncing from the enemy, so you take away syncing potency. If you want an easier syncing identity for Heathcliff that you can use Solemn Lament without, like, the thing is, you don't need to worry much about anything besides maintaining your conditionals. If you want a much easier, simpler way, and also he provides way more support overall than Linton does. Linton is very clunky, but he's clunky on purpose. Like, you want to like raise his SP and lower his SP so he gets bonuses. If you don't worry about that, I would say this is probably a much more simpler one overall. Yeah. Here's the thing. If you're going to use Echoes of the Manor, I think Linton is better. It is a panic type. You do get a panic type. The thing is, Echoes of the Manor, with Heathcliff's with Gregor's skill 3, with Linton's skill 3, he has like 4 instances of syncing and potency. You could do like a lot. Now, this only has like 2 instances you can count. I still think overall this is probably going to be a better side grade version if you don't have Linton, and if you don't want to deal with the conditionals. Also, if you need a tank and you want to support your allies. Yeah. The Gregor has an easier plus coin conditional. Kinda. You need to absorb 10 sinking from the target. So assuming you can maintain the count, yeah, it's way easier. But here, all you have to do is kill someone or reach Dazzle. That's it. So once you proc Dazzle, you get your coin burst in that. So. Can you use Get Potential? I wasn't really listening. Yeah, he has Bankai as well. Alright, how do we do this prescript? Before we move on to Ren, I gotta do this prescript. So it was a count up to prime numbers up to 9. How do I fucking... Wait, what? How do I do this? How do I do this prescript? It was like count prime numbers up to 9 and then walk around the room. Bro, how do I count up to 9, bro? I don't know how to count up to 9! Anyway, once we do this prescript, we'll talk about Sinclair. Because I'm actually really excited for Sinclair, even though he's only on 1 page. The 9th is the prime number. You get more out of Lamp than Linton for the absorb 10 potency for count. That is true. Mirror Dungeon, I think, yeah, MD-wise, Linton is never an issue. He is 1 page, but what a page. I recite the prime numbers until I reach the 9th prime number. Okay. Okay. Until I reach the 9th prime number. Okay. I'm just gonna Google all prime numbers. List of prime numbers. Okay, let's do this. What do we have here? Damn. Okay, here we go. So the 9th one is... Okay, so we have... the prescript didn't say I'm not allowed to Google. I'm Googling. We have 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19, and 23. So that's the 9th prime number, according to Google. And then I have to get up and walk around the room. Okay. We're starting with 1. I was Googling it. Just in case. Now, what do I have to do? I have to walk around the room 23 times? I'm just going to count to 23. 23 steps. 1. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. There we go. Set my ass back down. There you go. I do not get karma consequences. That's 23 steps. Prescript complete. Thank you, Messenger. Let's talk about Ren Sinclair. I am not getting karma consequences. Oh, fuck, he's doing it. It has been done. Thank you for the prescript. Live prescript. I am not getting thrown the brother. Alright. So, guys, let's talk about Ren Sinclair. Now, I stood up from the chair. I know, right? Foreign. I'm never doing that again. As in getting up from the chair. Index, thanks you. May the grace of the priest be with you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Let's get real, guys. We are now going to talk about Ren Sinclair. Okay? I think that this ID is going to be flamed as fuck on Reddit and on the Discord and on Twitter.com. But I high-key think this Sinclair might be kind of cracked. Alright, but first let's talk about why. First of all, he's a fucking bleed identity. Bro, Kim Ji-hoon, just make him poise, bro. If they made him burn, bro, I swear to fuck, I would have laughed if he was point burn, bro. I'm just saying. Do not let the Reddit find it. Do not let the Reddit find this identity. First we have, okay, but yes, he is a poise bleed identity. Yo, Kim Ji-hoon, I'm just saying, bro. Just make him burn, bro. If that poise burn, bro, make him burn. Nah, that's funny. We have Chain Strike, which is a 2-coin Gloom slash skill 1. Now, this skill 1 is unironically kind of cracked as fuck. Okay? We have on use, gain poise count. We have on use, gain coin power for every poise on self. Alright? Then the first coin inflicts gains poise. The second coin gains poise. He inflicts bleed count. He gains haste next turn. And on crit head conditional, he gains haste next turn. Alright? Like Sinclair doesn't have enough burn. True. So, I wanted to say this. This skill 1 is insane, by the way. Let's be real. At minimum, on use is going to be 2. It's going to be 2 count. So it's going to be neutral at minimum. He's going to have at least like 3 or 4 poise gain. He inflicts probably 1 bleed count at the bare minimum. And he gains at least 1 to 2 haste. So this is a very good skill 1.
I think this Sinclair will slot well in a Captain Ishmael team.
That's it. Yes, a great. Oh, well, Jesus! Thank you so much again for the support. I appreciate it so much. I completely agree with you. Yeah, Captain is gonna love this. Captain is gonna love using this ID. Thank you so much, by the way. I appreciate all the love. Yeah, this is a really good one. All right, so you're always gonna be neutral with your count, no matter what. You're going to always have haste, and you're always going to have bleed count. The bleed is so little. Yeah, the bleed is not really, like, the focus here. It is kind of just, like, a side thing. But he does have 1 bleed count. Cool. Now we go on to the... I think this is the potential crack skill. You know what I'm saying? I call this potential crack. Nameless Slash. It is a 2-coin slash pride. Unfocused volley. On use, gain base power for every poise on self. We have first coin on hit gain poise potency. Equally on hit gain poise count. Now the second coin is where it's cracked, okay? Because you deal more damage on critical hit, you gain poise count, you inflict bleed potency. But wait, on crit head, you reuse the coin. But wait, again, at X Moonlight Azure Blade, you reuse the coin on head hit again. It's a 4 coin. Okay? 4 coin. Reusable. Now, why is this such a big deal? Reusable coins have the benefit of having generally higher coin power. Okay? So the thing is, normally on a multi-coin chat, like it'll be like, example, a multi-coin will be like 4 base power and then like 3 coin power, typically, right? So it'll be like a 16 and then you get 1 point power with it. But for 2 coins, this could be like 6, 4, 4 or something like that, right? Or it could be like 4, 6, 6, okay? And that is going to have insane value, especially because no house has base power, so the coin power is going to be really high. So this could probably hit like a 24. This might hit like a skill 3, right? Now the downside is that it's unfocused volley, right? You can be used twice, yes. The downside is that it's unfocused volley. But look how much poise count you get. You get 2 instances of poise count. Every hit of the second coin, you get poise power. You get poise count. You also inflict bleed potency. So, I mean, hey, you are inflicting potency. Relentless stabbing upscale. This is Cloudburst Blade. This is the Cloudburst. So, it's Kurokomo, the Kurokomo Honglu skill 2. You have Relentless stabbing on Pequadi Sang. And then you have She Ishmael skill 2. Right? And you'll see how much critical damage we can definitely do. Implies that it will trigger Sun Shower. Oh, that is... Yes, because it has attack weight. That is true. So, gift... MD, even stronger. C, reuse upscale. So, I think this is going to be one of his strongest moves. I'm not going to lie to you. I think that's for a reason. Because if we go down to... Boom! The 4-star Slayer. It is a single coin. Wrath. Slash attack. Deal more damage based on excess attack weight beyond the number of actual targets. We have on use at Moonlight Azure Blade. Convert all coins of the skill into unbreakable. Gain coin power for every poise potency on self. Gain base power for every Moonlight Azure Blade on self. Gain poise potency. Before attack, gain attack weight for every Moonlight Azure Blade on self. After attack, consume the Moonlight Blade based on attack weight gained due to this skill. The only effect it does is deal more damage on critical hit, inflict bleed potency, and on crit head, deal X% of this coin's final damage as slash damage. Yeah. This does not have unfocused volley. This is just him being a monster. But we have to be careful because the way single coins work, okay, in Limbus Company, single coins work based on their damage modifiers, okay? Damage modifiers carry single coins. It's just the way it works. It's why She-Faust has 444% damage modifier on her counter. It's why R-Corp Honglu has like 140 or 180 or 200 like percent bonus on skill 3. It's why N-Corp Ryoshu has like 230 fucking like 230 damage modifier. So we really have to wait until we see how much more bonus damage it is from the attack weight. If it's like 50% chat per attack weight, this might be nuts. All right. If this is, and also, by the way, note how this says, I also want you to note how this does not say bonus damage, chat. This just says flash damage. So if you actually come over here. Oh, this one doesn't say bonus damage as well. But sometimes they say bonus damage, and bonus damage is capped. This doesn't say bonus damage. Same with Honglu's. Fuck. Same with Gregor's. Gregor's doesn't have a cap on it, so it might not actually have a cap on it. Girl has 3 ring mannequins. True. After first attack. That is true. You are right, Sammy. Because it will consume the Moonlight Blade. Can we use the skill of the Heathcliff? Yes, you can Rusty Coin this. Lamp Honglu. Maybe in another future. But yeah, we will have to see, but honestly, this is like the only scary part where it's like, ooh, like, how is this going to work, right? But honestly, I think this is going to be the strongest kit so far, but this might dominate it. We'll see. Same with Ishmael's third here. Yeah. Play. Pink Claire. Oh, that's cute. But yeah, this is obviously, when it comes to single coins, it's hit or miss. Sometimes it's hit or miss, right? I think it's going to be a hit, but we'll have to wait. But we have more than just that, chat, because we have 2 defensive skills. Now, this ID actually wants you to be quite interactive. Because as you see here, we have a Clashable Guard. Turn start at X Poise. Change the skill to Swerve. On combat start, you gain Poise and Poise count. Okay, oh, that's cool. Poise and Poise count combat start. I wonder why you do that. You'll see why. If you do have the Poise, you gain Swerve, which combat start you gain Shield equal to the Moonlight Azure Blade. Then you get combat start, gain Poise count. On Evade, crit damage up next turn. Why is this so important? Now, this is a very strong skill buff, by the way. This is 10% damage on critical hits per buff. Right? Because if we go here and read his passives, singular focus of the mind. Any excess poise potency gained past X will be converted to Moonlight Azure Blade up to Y. Combat start. If this unit did not equip attack skills in this turn, heal SP and gain slash power up next turn. The Orthodox Blade. Combat start. Gain poise based on Pride Resin, and at X poise, gain poise count. So, let me get this straight. This man has essentially infinite poise generation. That's pretty much his... He has infinite poise generator. Okay? Poise is just infinite. He has infinite poise potency, and he gets count from just existing, and he gets count from using his defensives. So the idea behind it, chat, okay? What is the idea behind this skill? You are literally farming to get this swerve, right? Like, you play the game, you're playing this, right? You're playing all of this. Yeah, it's probably poise above 20. You want to activate Swerve to gain evade to get crit damage up, and then you want to activate S2 or S3. Right? And you're not punished for using your defensive because you gain SP. Right? You gain SP and you gain poise. So no matter what, you're going to gain poise. You're getting poise count, you're not losing anything. The only thing you lose is not hitting. But if you have a bunch of S1s and you don't want to use your S1s, like say you already have a bunch of poise, you just go Aura Farm for a bit. Boom. Bullsaw Slayer. The Nameless Slash. Also, by the way, if you wanted to know what the other two things are, here is his support passive, by the way. The ally with the fastest speed heals SP and gains shield when starting combat with a defensive skill equipped. This is kind of fucking nice. You know? This is kind of fucking nice. This is a good-ass support passive. This might even be Sinclair's best support passive. I'm not even going to lie to you. This might be his best support passive on his... I'm going through... So I mean, like, he has Y South Sinclair, which is 10% damage taken. But... it might be Resonance. It might be Pride Resin. Mouse did not need a buff. Yeah, tank users are punching up and down right now. They are loving this game. Not only that, but you see Moonlight Azure Blade, you gain shield. And you deal more damage on critical hits based on stack. Exactly how it is in game. So let's be real. The Moonlight Azure Blade has a stack of, I think 20. Ren can do 20. Alright? Here's the thing. We have at least, I'm going to go with 20% boost on his shield. Right, 20%. Then we have crit damage up. That's at least 30%. He has slash power up, which is +1 final power. Then he has base damage, deal more damage base on his skills. Right? Yeah. And he reuses, so this is probably at like 10 Moonlight Azure. Ren had a stack of 50? Oh god, he might have 50 then. Oh Jesus, he might have up to 50. Yeah, but the difference is Sinclair has to gain his. Ren starts with it, so it might be like 20 or 25. But if it's 50, chat, wait, if it's 50 and he deals 50% bonus critical hit damage, he might be nuts. They get Big Bird or save? Well, we don't know anything about Valencia. We're probably going to see Lucio first. So if you want Big Bird, go ahead. It's definitely... everything's a bait. Everything's a bait before Walpurgis, if you think about it. It might be Pride Rise. If this is 50... okay? If this is 50... and he gets 50 critical bonus damage, I'm not sure he will. He might get like 20% or 30%. But if he does get a 50% flat bonus at max power... He might be doing some nuts damage. Oh boy, I sure hope Lucio is the next ID next patch. Yeah, his ass is definitely the next ID. And then the question is this, alright, very simple. Does this replace Blade Lineage Sinclair? Brother, I love Blade Lineage Sinclair. This man is dominating Blade Lineage Sinclair, bro. I've never seen an identity more inclined to erase another identity off the face. I haven't seen an ID do this since Malfaust, bro. Okay? Now, is that necessarily a bad thing? No, because this ID can be used outside of the Blade Lineage team, okay? The thing is, BL Sinclair is still good in the Blade Lineage team. He also does not have Paralyze. That is actually a major thing. But does it replace Sinclair? That's a good question. I don't know. This is why Sinclair also powered as why Sinclair. That is true. Never heard of it. I still think in a Blade Lineage team, if you're gonna have, you have to have 6 Blade Lineage units, right? To get the maximum buff. You'll still use BL Sinclair. He's still very strong about that. But this guy, here's the thing. BL Sinclair is impossible to use on his own. Okay, you need support. This guy, you could solo him. You could, okay, you wanna know something about this ID? This Sinclair ID, I think you can bring him on any team. If you just need a filler identity, you could sub in this Sinclair. Like, he has self-sustained poise, and his bleed, I'm not gonna lie to you, I think his bleed is on here for fun. And this is probably the next Kurokoma Rodion. You know, remember, guys, Kurokoma Rodion inflicts 20 bleed. You guys remember that on her S3? This might inflict fucking 20 bleed. Right? Yeah, he has shield, he has evade, he has 100 bazillion poise generation, he has fucking... He has, you know, attack weight, he has damage, like, he's got everything. It might be 20 bleed. Stop the... Where I think Gregor would fit, sinking or burn. Probably more sinking. But if you don't have Fire Fist, you can use him there too. But Fire Fist is obviously the focus burn ID. And he does a lot of damage. But if you, yeah, I'd say more like a Edgar Heathcliff alternative. But imagine, guys, if he was burn. That would be crazy. If he has 20 bleed, I'll be submitting my apology for him. He could hit like 20 bleed. It's just potency, right? It could be like 10 potency or something. Do you think it's possible his S3 conditional coin power are maxed at 5 each? Maybe. X poise on self. Moonlight Azure Blade. Okay. So it could be if the poise is at 10, right? Like if his cap is at 20. By the way, I'm pretty sure his poise is at 20, by the way. Because as you can see here, any excess poise gained past X will convert to Moonlight Azure Blade. I'm pretty sure his cap is going to be 20. Right? So the cap's probably going to be 20. So the fact is that this has to activate on 20 poise minimum, right? So this is probably either 5, this is probably 4 coin power, assuming it's 5 each, right? So it's 5, 10, 15, 20. So that's 4 coin power. And then Moonlight Azure Blade, if we get 50 stacks of it, this is probably base power for every 10. So it'll be 5 base power and 4 coin power, making it a +9 overall. Assuming this is like a 10-10 or something, that might make it like a 30 rolling, you know? That's 25. It could be 25 too. Makes sense. Is any potency 20 is useless? Yeah, pretty much. It's potency if you think about it. Impending day. Ryoshu is 100% a poise burn identity, by the way. But how fire would it be if Ryoshu was a poise burn sinking identity? Exactly like her ego. Well, actually, her ego's bleed, but don't worry about that. hope that the Ryoshu ID is burn sinking. I think it would be sick. I think it's just probably going to be more like poise burn or poise sinking. I'm pretty sure it's going to be poise burn. She does, funnily enough, her ego isn't sinking. That's Yi-Sang's. Yi-Sang is sinking. Hers is bleed. Right? Finally, more support passives from Sunshower? Yeah. I'm going to go with the fact that I'm going to say poise burn. Poise, burn, sinking, bleed, and Twemmer. Have correlation to the seasonal ego? Yes. Seasonal ego is poise, burn, bleed. Yeah. So, that's the Sinclair identity. Now, as I said, the Sinclair identity is only one page, and I think if anyone from Reddit or the PMH Discord or Twitter looked at this, they'd probably flame the fuck out of it, saying it's dead on arrival. But like, I don't know, man. I have hope this one doesn't feel dead on arrival. This one feels like cook. You know what I'm saying? This one feels like it's cooking. Well, this is the only skill that I'm concerned about, right? Is this one here. Because we have to see what this is. If this is a high number, if this goes like above 200, it's chill. But he's goated on arrival. If this goes above 200%, I think he's gonna fucking clap. You know what I'm saying? I think he's gonna show off why he's the fucking Pinky Apprentice. If you Rusty Coin, yeah, you can Rusty Coin. You just don't get the attack weight because you consume Moonlight Blade. Unless there's a way to get Moonlight Blade before the reuse, which might be. I'm not sure. When is the next 2-star identity? Yeah, I don't think that's happening. If it's uncapped, yeah, because it shows 3 attack weight, so it has to be like 50 or like 80%, bro. If this is 100%, I mean, there's no way it's going to be 100% increase now. Imagine, chat, if this is 100% bonus damage beyond excess. That would go crazy. When is the next 4-star? Sometime. But yeah, but look, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. People are here for this, okay? People are here for Lobotomy, Lantern, Gregor, and I don't blame them. You alright? This is gonna be a goated ID to use. But just don't be surprised when this little German boy comes out and becomes the next Ichigo Kurosaki. You know what I'm saying? Your attack rate 300% more. Yeah. So yeah, when Lamp comes out, don't be surprised if the German boy follows back. The best 4-star. He's got a Bankai. Hybrid KDs are bad at maintaining statuses and they get power creeped. Haishodon? Well, Haishodon's is not really power crept. Haishodon is still much more of a sinking identity. Sinking rupture. But she's on the Haisho team, so you're supposed to use her with... She buffs the Haisho team. And technically, everything is kind of a hybrid these days. Hybrids are a lot more better for fun and variety. So it makes sense they do more hybrid. When was the last non-hybrid they've done? I'm trying to think. When was the last non-hybrid? It was it full stop? Do you think we'll get another Hohenheim? I was gonna say, dude, there might be a Hohenheim ID. I was actually thinking they could be, like, imagine if they got Wayward Passenger ID. Otis? Ah, T-Corp Otis. She was Monotremor. Yeah. T-Corp Otis. T-Corp Otis. Theoretically, Regenheim is a good alternative to Linden because of their unique gimmick and support nature. No, you're right. Yeah, that's true. T-Corp Otis. Yeah, T-Corp Otis. T-Corp Otis was monotype. T-Corp Otis is a very good Tremor unit too. But she was an event. And then before her, I think it was Full Stop. I think. I want to say it was Full Stop. Or Fire Fist. When's new MD? MD should come out... I don't know. I think we're going to have the roadmap next week. Also, yeah, so what do I think? Okay, here's my thoughts on the LCE Bokgak, right? There are two potentials they can do. One, they give, we get a new ego. We get double ego. Okay, that's one potential. We get Ardor Blossom Faust ego, and maybe we get like a new AEDD or something. Then number two, we get an ID and ego. ID could either be AEDD Gregor, AEDD Gregor. I still think it could be AEDD Gregor. It could be both. Or I think a really hype one would be the Wayward Passenger identity ego, like ID. And I think if there was a Wayward Passenger, lobotomy ego Wayward Passenger identity, I think Hong Lu would fit it, because he already has Wayward Passenger as the ego, and he needs a new charge identity, right? So you could give him a charge rupture ID that works with Dim Shred, and then give that to Hong Lu, because he also needs a new ID. Give a Ardor Blossom ego to Faust, maybe to help with a burn and inflict burn. A new burn, a burn ego for Faust, a burn well. LCE, yeah. Yeah, LCE, sorry, LCE. Do you need ID with ego gear tag for the Greg defense pass up? Actually, great question. Let's have a look at it. If we have a look. Go here. Yeah, ego gear. So you need this ego gear tag. So if we equip every single sinner with ego gear, we obviously have LCE Sinclair, Yusang. We have Solemn Lament, ego gear. But as you know, Spice Bush does not have ego gear. He is TLA. So these two, we have Faust or Remnant. You can do either or Regret, sorry. Ego gear. Alyssa. Keep her there. Don Quixote has lobotomy ego gear here. Or Lantern. Oh yeah, Fell Bullet. And look at Fell Bullet. Yeah, ego gear. So Fell Bullet 2. So you can do this. Or Shu. Yeah, ego gear. You don't have ego gear. You don't have ego gear. You have ego gear. Sun Shower is ego gear. Sloshing is ego gear. Lobotomy gear here. You have red sheets. We have magic bullet. And another gear. So you can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Reap for Ryoshi. That is true. Yeah, you also have Reap. Yeah. So there's a lot of options. You have them like this. I forgot. I was looking over. So these are all the units that have the tag. So yeah, gotta be very good. And as you can see, sorry, I just had to stretch. So that is going to be at least, I want to say 5, probably. They're probably going to do either 3 or 5. Predictions for Wallop. Dude, I don't know, man. If it's Lobotomy Corp, it might unironically be birds. But maybe only Punishing Bird. I don't think it'll be Jussia. But it also could be Crimson. It could be like Little Red. It could be Big Bad Wolf. If it's Library of Ruina, it could be She. It could be Carnival. Remember like the first passive? Yeah, this one. Yeah, Dazzling Lamp is cracked as fuck. Infinite attack weight refocusing, no min-max speed, Clash power up, and Lamp. Yeah, he's good. Wizard of Oz. Could be Wizard of Oz. When are we going to get more high show? Nocturnal Sweeping is going to be the minimum when we get a high show. Judgment Bird is Aleph though. That's the problem. Judgment Bird, unfortunately, chat, is Aleph gear. In lobotomy... Now, I know that hasn't stopped them before. But it is... In Lobotomy Corporation, Justia is Aleph gear. So that would be a bit hard. Is Linton Gregor dead? I wouldn't say he's dead. If we actually have a look at Linton Gregor... Like, here's the thing, right? Skill 1, Heathcliff dominates... Okay, skill 1, Lamp is better in every way. Okay? I mean, now, this does have a lot of clash, but it's a single coin. You need a lot of potency. Skill 1, Lamp diffs him. Skill 2 is a clash conditional. Okay? That it is a 5 count, so it is plus 3. This is 3 sinking count, positive. That is quite fucking good. Alright? I have to admit, that is quite good. And then the skill 3, as you can see here, if target is staggered, you inflict 3 count. If target is defeated, you inflict 3 count on 2 enemies. So this is a lot of count, right? You get 1, 1, 1, and then absorb 10 sinking from the target and gain coin boost. Now this, right? This plus Echoes of the Mana is cracked. Alright? Then his evade is whatever. His passive is a little bit hard to use. Because combat start gain 10 damage up and fragile for every 5 SP difference between combat start and the last turn. That's really hard. But the most important thing is 2% damage for every sinking on target. So he does a lot of damage. Right? That is like, he does a lot of damage. Like, the thing is, he does hurt. But this, this is, fueled by this. Right? Like, 4-5 counters. Now's the time to get Aleph. With Justia being the weakest Aleph, it makes sense for it to be first. I think you're correct. However, I don't think this is the end of the game. I think if we're gonna get Aleph, the first Aleph we'll get is in Purgatorio. I think Inferno, we're gonna have no Alephs. You just need Ego to trigger that passive, right? Yes, if you want to use Ego like Solemn Lament. I meant like without using Ego. He's already very fragile. That is true. This is how you get 200k damage. That's the thing. We still... yeah, remember, 10 years of Limbus Company, right, chat? And Limbus Company started in 2023. Okay? It has been 2 years. A bit more than 2 years. They started in 2023, right? Well, they started in 2022. No, they started in 2023. Yeah. Yeah? It was 2024. 3? Okay. 2023. Yeah, they started in 2023, February of 2023. Or March something. It's been 2 years. It's been a bit over 2 years now. Not even. It's almost been 2.5. I don't think anything Aleph's gonna be. I think Aleph's gonna be pretty fucking powerful. To be 3 to 5 years. Yeah, pretty much. Second in Gregor Canto? 100%. With what we just went... No, guys, with what we just threw, we might get a fucking Gregor in Avalo. I ain't even gonna lie to you. The 3-year anniversary about to come, yeah. But Gregor's battle on Spice Push teams, or does it not matter? So, no, you can use them on Spice Push. Depends what you mean by Spice Push teams. You mean like you want to stack sinking count? I think if you only want Gregor to stack sinking count and have no other purpose in life, then you probably want Linton better. If you're trying to do Spice Push and your entire goal, like your only objective, is to get 10,000 sinking count, you probably want Linton Gregor because his skill 2 is much more reliable for sinking count, and his F3. But that's about it. Arbiter ID next. But yeah, guys. So we have LCE Bokak. Now LCE Bokak's coming out. I would like AEDD Gregor, which is a charge rupture ID. I think that would be good for him. Right? A Wayward Passenger LCE Ego for Honglu. And an Ardor Blossom Ardor Blossom for Faust. And maybe Yi Sang, you know what? And you know what? Give Yi Sang a, give him a Teth Lantern. Why not? I'll take any of those. Now, I know some people are going to say, oh, but I want Heathcliff to get the AED, to get the Hohenheim. fair, but we already have a charge rupture ID for Heathcliff. I don't think we need another charge rupture ID for Heathcliff. I think he's good. I don't think he needs another one. Plus, yeah. He's good. He doesn't need another one. This is going to be the 3rd anniversary this month. Yeah, guys, I'm so excited. That's going to be so awesome. Emu Roland. Take it or leave it. Then we have Nocturnal Sweeping. Now, Nocturnal Sweeping, guys, is going to be this. It's either going to be double high show, okay, to finish the high shows, or it's Hong Yuan identities. Okay? Now, I think, here's what I think, chat. I think Nocturnal Sweeping is going to have Mersault high show and Ishmael high show if they decide. That'll be the last 2 high shows that exist. In Spring Cultivation, Bokgak, okay, we will then either get Jupan Identity and Night Drifter, or maybe a Hierarch or a Shihuan. I'm going to say Jupan and Night Drifter. I think for that, I can see that as a double banner. Be unpredictable at times. That is true. You are correct. Now, the fact is, he did in fact get a double banner on the same thing. So, in all honesty, I don't fucking know. But that's what I think. So I think double high show, and then we're going to get 2 Hong Yuan identities on the Spring Cultivation banner. Now, that order could also be reversed, chat. Alright? So that could be reversed. We could get... Right? We could get... Shihuan / Jupan in Nocturnal Sweeping, and then double high show in Spring, or 1 high show in Spring, and then 1 high show Nocturnal, plus a Hong Yuan identity, and then a Hong Yuan identity spread. Time for Shihua. Mersault, Ox high show? Yeah, Mersault could be Ox, he might be Dragon. We're going to be the last 2 apprentices. Alright, my prediction for the last 2 apprentices, Lucio Honglu, Albina Faust. Now, I'm thinking Albina could be potentially swapped. Because Faust's got... yeah. I think Honglu 100% is getting... I fully believe that Honglu is going to get Lucio. Right? That's what I think. I think 100% he's going to get Lucio. That is my prediction on this to die on this hill with, right? Albina, though, that one is a lot harder. I know a lot of people say Albina Faust. Right? I think that's fine as well. I think Faust probably makes the most sense. But Faust for me makes the most sense because I don't know who else I would put it on. Right? That's kind of my thing. I don't know who else they would put Albina on besides maybe Mersault and Honglu. That's it, right? It literally cannot be anyone else. So in my thought space, it's Lucio Honglu. I know people say Lucio Heathcliff, right? And I wouldn't be disappointed if we get Heathcliff. I would be down with Heathcliff, but I think Honglu needs it more. So I think Honglu is going to get Lucio, and then I think for Albina, it could be Faust, Mersault, or Honglu. Now, I think Mersault might be Callisto. Right? Because that kind of makes sense for me. Now, Honglu could also be Callisto. Right? So he makes the most sense. See, he only makes the most sense if you take it from a surface value. The surface value is that they are both like backstreet rats that live in abusive homes, right? But that's just pretty much as far as it goes. I think, and I've said, and I've been having this discussion again 100 times, and I don't mind if I'm wrong, right? Because the way I view it is that I think Lucio's trauma fits Honglu's trauma more, even though Honglu was more mentally abused and emotionally than he was physically abused. You know what I mean? And I'll explain this again no matter what. I think that even though Lucio is physically and mentally abused by Valencia, I think the family abuse that Hong Lu goes through is actually more similar to the physical abuse that Lucio goes through. You know what I mean? Where they both have to sit there and take it. The thing is, for me, the one reason that I can't mentally accept Lucio being Heathcliff is because Heathcliff would not take that shit. You know what I'm saying? Heathcliff would be like think about it. If Lucio was Heathcliff, he would have to sit there and accept that he is being abused. My guy, my Heathcliff in every timeline is like a rabid dog, bro. He would fight back. You know? He was killing to kill Valencia. Yeah, he was planning to, but my dude Heathcliff, like the instant hands, like here's my thought process, right? The instant hands what exist in the in Heathcliff's vicinity, he would be fighting the shit out of Valencia, bro. That yeah, unless they make him they turn him into a submissive character, right? And you're right, mirror worlds can be weird, and I completely agree with that. Right? It was because of Catherine, pretty much. He did fight back, but kind of late, yeah. Right? Now, there is also a way to do this, because they have changed the Sinner story to match. With Don Quixote, and again, this is a valid reason. If they do this, I have no issue. Sora Dawn is a complete change to her literal story. Because instead of Virgilius coming in to save Don Quixote, it was Rien Yisang who came in to save Don Quixote. Now that is like a whole change to her character. She's still in the fucking lighthouse. When in this Uptime story, they took her when she was in her volatile state, and they completely changed her character. If they do that with Heathcliff, where instead of Hindley's dad coming in to accept Heathcliff, what if it was Valencia instead who took in Heathcliff, and he never went to Wuthering Heights? Right? Like, what if he never, this could be, what if he never went to Wuthering Heights? That could be the mirror world. And if that's the mirror world with Heathcliff, I'm completely fine with that. Right? I think that's fair. If they decide to go that route, where they completely change his upbringing, that sounds cool. I'm cool with that. Right? But if they don't change Wuthering Heights, and he's just from, he just exits it, and he's just taking abuse somewhere else, I don't think it makes less sense than it would be Honglu. So pretty much, if they change Heathcliff's story, backstory, I'm fine. I agree with it. If they don't change his story, I think Honglu fits it more. But because Valencia with Catherine, that would be weird. Withering. I'm not saying withering. I'm saying withering. Guys, accent issue. I'm not saying withering. I'm saying withering. How does Honglu get in the House of Spiders? He goes, I don't know, he fucking figures it out. I don't know. What do you want from? I'm not Kim Ji-hoon. What do you want from me? I'm just fucking suggesting. It's withering. I'm saying withering. I'm saying withering. I'm not saying withering. I'm saying withering. I am saying withering. Am I still hearing it? That's called an accent. I'm not American. I don't have American accent. I'm saying withering. You're hearing withering. Yeah, withering. I'm saying withering. He admits it. What do you mean I admit it? I mean, now he admits it. Quit acting. We know you hit up Kim Ji-hoon on the dial for the challenge stream luck. Listen, there's a potential, okay? I can only do that once every year. Both sound like withering. Yes, because that's how an accent works. How is my speaking this bad? Alright then, I want you to speak right now. That's what I thought. I got the worst mounting trials. You got this. Anyway, what are my consensus on the identities? I'll give you guys a quick consensus on what I feel like on the identities. And then we will move on to the rest of the game. Okay. Gregor, very good. He's going to be a supportive unit for his team. He's gonna provide a lot of support for his team. He's going to have a good alternative to Edgar Allen. Yeah, Edgar Allen Gregor. And he's going to probably have a lot of fucking damage. Sinclair, I think, is going to be a sleeper self-poise pick where you can kind of sub him in on any team, and he kind of just does his own thing. Obviously, if you're doing Mirror Dungeon and stuff, that's a different story. But on his own, I think he's going to have infinite self-poise sustain. He's pretty much going to play his own game. And he might be the sleeper pick of the two. Do you think we'll have time for Nurse Fathers? I think so. But yeah, I think I'm excited for both of these. Obviously, guys, we will be pulling them on the day, so don't you worry. Well, the ED is masterful, so I don't fall in Chroma again. Oh, you have 2 defensive skills? Because Ren has like 3. He swaps between the 2 if you have enough poise. What are the easiest master floors? So what do you mean by master floors? I assume you're saying like extreme floors? Extreme, you're gonna want to focus on. It depends on your team. If you're doing like ego strats, you want to focus like impending ruin early on. You want to do like crabs. You want to do blood fiends if you can. If you're doing single target, you want to do like greenery early, N-Corp, Queen, Fairy Festival, Bridal. All right, I'm closing out of this now. And we're back to Limbus. Also, what's this? Wow, system notification. What are my lunacy stocks looking like? Yeah, they're all right. It's okay. Anyway, something about an ego gear team. I can do an ego gear team. Do I get a random trial out of all the trials or just the ones that are offered? You get a random trial, 2 random trials. You get 2 random trials. One with a blade stream, one with a blade out. That would be kind of a fire thing. Do we feed the community lunacy? No. My lunacy. Anyway, I know that this ego has bleed in her kit, but yeah, her ass is definitely a poise burn. Faust, because it is her birthday. We can use Faust. Let's do an N-Corp team. Sweeper. I wouldn't mind a sweeper identity. I'd have to see how they do it though, because sweepers are very weird. Although I didn't think they would do. I didn't. Blood fiends are a lot easier to do, but I don't know how they would do a sweeper. Yeah, Lantern me saying murder, dude. Lantern you saying, bro. He's like, oh. Let's use the goat lantern. Let's use the goat lantern. Let's use Ardor. Let's go with like the LCE crew. Nari! OJ, thank you for the happy birthday, Faust. Happy birthday, Faust! Yay! Oh, she's so happy. She's so full of Nari. Alright, let's go with Lantern, because she's very hungry. Let's go with Red Eyes. I'm cooking. Are they kits already? Yeah, the kits are out. You can check Steam. Go to the Steam community hub and you can check there. You don't have an ego. You don't have ego. Let's take Sun Shower in preparation. Sloshing in preparation. 90 preparation. We can go with Red Sheets. Magic Bullet. Here's our team. It's fire. It's certainly something, alright. It is fire, literally. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Yeah. Alright. You know what? I've used Reaper. Let's do Ncorp. IDs. Not only like the base IDs, but the LCE, LCA, and LCA. I have actually done a run like that. Why don't I use Roach? Because I didn't get him yet. How they balance it? Great question. I don't know. Let me think about this. How do we want to do this? Let's do like a let's do like a floor 5 keyword list. I don't think we want to go longer than that. Let's do no ego. Floor 5 keyword list. I think that'll be fun. Put on Ncorp Mersault. You're not sure. I'll put Ncorp Mersault. Rupture again. No, we're doing keyword lists today. I'm gonna do keyword lists and just let them run their own bower. And we'll put fucking chef.
TYSM for doing the run. I asked for laughing smiley.
You guys are doing the run. Hey, thank you so much, bro. I appreciate it. Hey, of course, no worries. I mean, it fits the occasion. Ishmael in the first slot. Are you using Sunshine now? Yes. We're gonna go for minimum passives. Because we are only doing floor 5, so let's go with like Starlight Guidance. Let's go with like Star Shower. Let's go with, we don't need levels. This is keywordless, so we'll go start at the beginning and we'll take the third one. How much is that? That's 2, 4. That's 4. 120 is the limit, so 8, 9, 10, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's at 90. Let's go with 90 and then 110. There you go. We'll do this. My thoughts if we get a great ID. It'd be very interesting. I'd have to consult with Frey, the expert of the pregnancy. All right, keep let's run. We're going to floor 5. We're only gonna do floor 5 because floor 10 will take too long. Why are my IDs level 60? Because I kept them under leveled for a challenge. I wanted to do all of Canto 9 without leveling. Well, the only IDs I leveled to 60 were the seasonal IDs because I wanted to use the tickets. But yeah, I kept all the normal IDs at level 55, and then when the new mirror dungeon comes out, we're gonna do it around there. Okay, we probably want like a 2B. Yeah, we want like this, dude. This is a fire pot. Yeah, 2B cleaved and Carmilla. W pick. EBGB. Unfortunately, that is a slash gift, so we're gonna have to plug his ass. I'm sorry, buddy. I had to plug you in the butt. Alright. Who we want on the team? Let's see. Fast, because we want her to explode as fast as possible. Horseshoe. Let's put the TLA in here because they're goated. And then we get one of these. Yeah, so what? Yeah, you gotta put the plug up his butt. I want the game mode? True. I've done only status runs. I would lose on quite a bit of Clash Power. I think I don't know if I've done something like that. Kurokoma. Interesting. Go Red Sheets. Oh my god, he's the strongest. I've never seen a man have more power in his life. Boom. Bam. Bop. Yeah, I'm not allowed to use Rodeo, she's too strong. Do you think that fits best? My bet was just forever borrowing Heavenlong Lu and Shaun Fighter. I was thinking Wayward Passenger, Hong Lu, and Shaun Fighter I can see from myself. That sounds fine. Wow. My donkey is suffering a little bit, but that's alright. Suffering builds character. The red sheets. True. Holy shit. This writing is fire. Ego Gear MD, yep. Damn, my Sunshine is overpowered. Damn! Guys, and they say we need a buff Sunshower, bro? My man just dominated that guy. Do you think they're ever gonna add Synaffinity type Egos? That would be a good change of pace if they did. If they added a new keyword, like Synaffinities, I think that would be a good keyword. Like keywordless. That'd be interesting. Wow, wow. You activate your passive, brother. You mourned. Okay, you get out of this. What? Real? You're the freaks. You're as freaky as Catherine. Essentially is cooking. You are correct. We have Sun Shower passive now, so he should be losing as Saturday on. It's on combat style, right? Yeah, he loses SP now. 11 SP. When do you think we'll get the news on MD? So, here's the thing. I'm going to predict that next week, okay, not this week, next week is when we're going to have the roadmap. Okay, it's either going to be on the Wednesday or it's going to be on the Friday. It's going to be Wednesday or Friday. If they do Friday the 13th again, I'm going to laugh. But it could be Friday the 13th. Then, after that, I think the first patch we get after the roadmap is going to be New Mirror Dungeon. I think Warp will be after Mirror Dungeon. So I think here's my prediction. The 14th is the roadmap. Then I think end of February, then I think after the roadmap, it'll be like the 20th will be Mirror Dungeon. And then like end of February is Walpurgis. I think so at least. Or around that time. Like it's around that era, you know what I'm saying? Warp tomorrow! Warp is tomorrow. It is always tomorrow. Yeah, he'll also do a Mirror Dungeon preview. 100% bro will do an MD preview. And then and you know we will be there for that, chat. You know that, right? You know we will all be there for that Mirror Dungeon preview. That shit is gonna be fire. My bonus for Runa Whelp? I wouldn't mind a Carnival. Carnival ID sound fun. I have a pull for this week. The curse of gacha. But yeah, Runa I feel like is a lot harder to predict because I don't know what. Okay, so the thing about Runa is so much harder to. How did I win that clash? He's just playing through the beta. He might. The thing about Runa Whelps are so hard because I don't know, because Runa Whelps are a lot more random than Lobotomy Corp. Like Lobotomy Corp, we're going through the facility, we're going through the Sephiroth chambers, right? So we know that. Dude, Library Whelps is like, we enter, we recreate like a what do you call it? Like an invitation. Then there's a random fucking abnormality going on, and then there's like some random bullshit happening, and then like John Cena appears and he starts fucking dancing. Like I don't know what the fuck is going on. You know what I'm saying? Like in library Walpurgis are the most random fucking things. There's like no consistency. It is just whatever the fuck they decide. Money. We are not ready. True. Yeah, pretty much. John Cena. I couldn't think of anything. Hey, Camilla. Oh, damn, this is good. Oh, Fudol. Hima Roja? Hold on, this might be fire. The Red Mist. Ah, yes, the Red Mist. John Red Mist will appear. Elapol. Hey, Watchdog, how you doing? It's been a long time, buddy, since we've last fought. I ain't gonna lie to you. But I'm strong. Are you? When is the distortion detective warp? Now that is a fire ass potential. Hopefully, maybe next warp. Who knows? Yeah, he's a little too happy right now. Just let him be. Why say give you extra team members? Oh, like allied unit fights? I like them. I enjoyed them quite a lot. I think they're pretty good. They're very fun. It makes you feel like the scenario is bigger than it is because of that. It's like, ooh, fancy. I want to lose a clash, bro. Nah, my grade never wants to lose, bro. My grade would never lose. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah. Rolling Otis. I'm going to credit because she won't be the best in the game. She's definitely benefiting. But Lamp Gregor is a Sun Shower Heathcliff upscale. Boom. Boom. And then Sinclair. Wow. Great job, Sinclair. You didn't get anything because I didn't have your passive. Alright, just fucking kill this guy already. You know what I think would be better? I think if you only care about syncing count and triggering echoes of the mana, I think Solemn Lament is going to benefit you more. Oh, not Solemn. I think Linton is going to benefit you more. I think if you want to have a Gregor syncing unit that is not so much stressed about the conditionals, but also provides a very good support to your allies, and you can still access things like Solemn Lament, you want Lamp. Do I have an idea? I hate something like our Belocio with Ring Sang. W Corp Mersault, but in recent times, more so Blade Lineage Otis. And recently, the W Corp Mersault flame has pretty much died down because he's actually kind of carried me through a few challenge runs. But BL Otis. No, so even BL Otis has helped me out in RR. That's the thing, man. All of the IDs, they've helped me with something. You know, I remember when BL Otis dodged everything. That was awesome. And then W Corp Mersault won clashes that like no one else could win for whatever reason. I was like, what the hell? I was like, this is nuts. Boop. Gregor's a fraud. I mean, he could have killed Berg. How is he a fraud? Don't worry about that. That is just modern day TikTok audience. Everything's a fraud nowadays. It's kind of funny though. He's kind of funny though. Yeah, it's pretty much just thrown around. Ooh, thread needle. I'll take thread needle. I'm not a baby. I'll take thread needle. Boop. Yeah, see, we currently live in an era of TikTok anime manga fans. Which is pretty much like the equivalent of... Oh, give me this. And in an anime manga TikTok era, what happens now is you need instant clarification on everything that goes around. So you can't leave nothing. Everything has to be explained, pretty much. So if something is not explained, then that's bad. All actions are determined by who could beat each other in a fight in the current instance, not in potential instances. Statements made by characters are 100% fact. Hype moments and aura takes precedent over media literacy. Now I'm strictly talking about anime TikTok. Do an NCOP ego? That would be fun. You're not allowed character growth. And yeah, and fuck reading. JJK fans are the biggest victims of this. Obviously, they currently rule the TikTok era. But yeah. Remember the Sungjin Woo flavor? Yeah, Sungjin Woo. Even if you hate solo leveling because it has no story, which it doesn't. It is kind of funny that the most hated episode. Actually, this is actually correctly in line because the most hated JJK episode is season 3, episode 3, where Tenzin had to explain how the culling games work. And that is the most hated episode of the JJK fandom, which I think is just fucking ironic. I actually despise leak culture specifically from JJK. JJK, like, there was always leaking. Leaking was always a thing. But JJK fucking really... I don't know what it was with leaking in JJK, but they really enhanced it, like, way more. They kind of snowballed leaking era. The leaking era of anime manga. DBS to be animated to top JJK in media literacy. True. Whatever character growth. I only watched One Piece and JJK in solo leveling. And I've never heard of this. This is a joke. CM fans when a manga has writing but no hype moments and aura. No, see, the thing is, Chainsaw Man has too many hype moments and aura. People don't want the hype moments and aura anymore in Chainsaw Man. They just want to go back to slice of life. It's like the reverse My Hero, dude. Chainsaw Man fans know how Fujimoto works. They are begging him, please don't add hype moments in Aura Pro. Please just go back to having character social interactions. This is the exact opposite of the My Hero fans, who fucking hate everything that has to do with the hero side and the being a superhero of the My Hero fandom. They only care about the shitty slice of fucking life school, like, roleplay in the fucking anime. That's all they care about. Oh my god. Let me tell you, My Hero fans, bro. If you think JJK fans are bad, bro, holy shit. My Hero fans did not deserve My Hero. That's all you need to know, dude. Enjoy anything? Yeah, you can enjoy anything. I am very open-minded when it comes to things. And I am very easy to please, right? And that's not a bad thing. You're allowed to be easy to please, right? There's nothing wrong with that. I am pretty easy to please. I have standards, obviously, but I am easy to please. And I think that's a good thing, because it means you can enjoy more stuff. What the fuck is happening in Chainsaw Man Part 2? Great question. I wish I could answer that. An anime rant stream. The straight up shipping 14-year-olds. Yeah, well, I don't like shipping culture in the first place, but yeah, My Hero fans are definitely a bit on the side. Yeah, no, Chainsaw Man Part 2 is genuinely a very great emotional piece of storytelling. When you don't have someone bitching in your ear about how much how worse it is because it doesn't have as many hype moments as Aura. What is the team? This is Ego Gear. Why is he saying here instead of Lantern? Because I had to respect Ada Blossom, who's dead right now. This is why Shin and Mong ruined Limbus. I remember in the old days when Project Moon, when it was all about ego and distortions, and now they introduced Shin and Mong, and I don't like it anymore. Now they introduced Haki. Listen, I don't care what story you create in society. Okay? Eventually, you will have Haki in your story. I think that's key. Haki, spiritual pressure, fucking Nen, it doesn't matter. Eventually, you will have it in your storyline. It doesn't, I don't care how long it takes. It will eventually happen. It is an inevitability. Functionalist as shit, man. Oh god. Do I believe in Unislander? No. I don't believe in Unislander. Mong not. Imagine enjoying story slop. Ezra with a bag of magnots. Shin and ego come from the strength. I mean, from the way it works, there's very clearly like a spiritual thing that is in play. It's kind of like how Lei Heng could activate it from pure like skill alone. What is Mong? Mong is essentially the physical attack version of Shin. So Shin is like spiritual presence, right? Shin is like Haki. And then Mong is the rings, and that enhances the attacks of whatever you put the rings around by like a bazillion. Do I have any shows I look forward to? Wonder Man. I want to watch Wonder Man. I've heard a lot of good things about Wonder Man. But I don't typically watch shows. But I do want to watch Wonder Man. I've heard good things about it. So Shin is the power up, Mong is the actual look. Shin is like the aura, right? Because you can have Shin without Maki. You can have Shin without Haki, right? Like Mong is the rings and Shin is the aura. So you need Shin to produce Mong, but you don't need Mong to make Shin. Am I interested in Kamen Rider? Yeah, I know. I've seen a bit of Kamen Rider. I never grew up with it, but I think it's awesome. Ready to upscale soon. She just teleports. Yeah. Are they actual egos? We don't know. For whatever reason, as far as we are aware, the base Sinner egos are unexplained at the current moment. We know it's due to the contract, but we don't know if it's like their own thing. Shin is the yeah, okay, there you go. If you want to use JJK terms, yeah. Curse energy in Mong is the technique. He ain't cooking anymore. He's too happy. So Yuria... Okay, so the only reason Yuria was able to do that is because Yuria's ego is the workshop. It's kind of like how Angela's ego is the library. Yuria's ego is broken as fuck because she has the workshop, and in the workshop she has the bears, and she can pretty much just make anything in there. There might actually be magic. Yeah, there probably is magic. Yuri is goated. No, she is. Colorflix is special grade, and Kali is Gojo. God, I hate JJK. Yes, Callie is the Gojo of the Project Moon universe. And Bina is the Sukuna. Yeah, location-based ego is hype. I do think it's cool. I do want to see that more. What's the difference with the efflorescent ego and Kali's? So apparently efflorescent is just the term if someone awakens ego. If you awaken ego, that is efflorescent ego. That is just, that's what the wiki says, at least. When does Gira get out of the bear? Apparently she does. Apparently she's out of the bear by the time Kanto 9 is. But we don't know. We haven't seen it yet. Supernatural shit. The more supernatural, the more you can make it as technology. Yeah. But would you really? Okay. Here's the thing, chat. Would you say that Eldritch? Okay. Would you say that Eldritch abominations and Eldritch horrors is magic, or is that something completely different? So efflorescence is your personal. Efflorescence is you. Yeah, is your ego. Efflorescence is you awakening ego. That is pretty much it. Like, you not from a gear or anything. That is just like your own. Do you say that? Would you say that Eldritch horrors are magic? Because if Eldritch monstrosities and horror is magic, then yes. Burger's efflorescence? Yeah, as far as we're aware, but it doesn't say it's efflorescence. ARDD ended. I agree, but you know what? The fact that they're interacting with Distortion Detective nowadays means they're probably fucking ready to do it. Kali is the only one based on an ego. So actually, you are missing something. So Kali is special. So mimicry is the first ever ego weapon ever extracted. Okay, Carmen mentioned it. So Carmen. So no. Let me explain. So what happened is mimicry is the first ever weapon extracted from Lobotomy Corporation, and Carmen gave it to Kali as a way for Kali to essentially try and break mimicry into her own, right? To try and use it because it was insanely powerful. And what happened is that mimicry was trying to corrupt and corrode her, essentially, right? It was trying to corrode Kali. And what happened is she conquered it. She conquered the corruption from mimicry. And in turn, that forced her to awaken her ego armor, right? That's her armor. And that made her pop her own ego in terms of conquering the mimicry voice. Now, what happened after that is not only did it make her pop her own ego, but it also transformed the mimicry sword into the mimicry scythe. And then that scythe and the sword became accessible by Gebra. Like, she tamed it, essentially. She tamed mimicry, but it is not her ego. Her ego is the armor. But she did tame the mimicry, so she could summon the mimicry whenever she wants. Yeah, she had ego before the light, by the way, which is insane. That is Gojo levels of you want to say. Every time I say that, every time I say the like JJK thing, I just want to jump off a fucking bridge. It's so stupid, but I love saying it. That is aura. Yeah, that's hype moments. You can say there's hype moments and aura right there. God. Is there no gift? No, we're doing keywordless. Specifically. DS is a bomb. Bro, I don't know what DS wants, bro. She's got all the money in the world. And she out here killing her own like private army, bro. I don't know what her deal is. I truly don't know what DS benefits from getting LC, the Limbus company invaded. Can they break? No, you can't break them. I believe. How does sharpening the thread work with Lord Honglu S3? Yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't. So what happens is if you use Lord Honglu S3, the first hit he does procs the needle, which only does like 20 damage. He's probably just bored. Yeah. Yeah, Vergilius's ego is his cape and the crown on his head. He has the blood power. Wayward Passenger. Let's go fight Wayward Passenger for fun. Out of Roderick and Enfield. Hell yeah. Think of her as a big sister. Yeah. Diaz is most definitely the final villain of like Limbus Company. I think we are all in agreement with that. Those who know versus those who do not know. Do we know the Blood Fiend that had Vergie's eyes? No, wait, no, we have no idea. We only just recently learnt that it is confirmed to be a Blood Fiend's eyes, at least, or as far as we're aware, because of the text. Yeah. All of Limbus Company? No, maybe Inferno? No way, she's the Inferno. No, the Inferno villain is Herman. I'm pretty sure this is how it's going to work, guys. So my theory is that Herman is the Inferno villain. But what happens is that whatever Herman is trying to accomplish at the end of Inferno will succeed. But Herman herself will be either defeated or she will retreat or her team will be defeated. But I think Herman is the villain, the final villain of Inferno. I think that makes the most sense in my head. What if Dante tends to be an anime girl? Well, that would be kind of fire. Diaz could be interested in the Seed of Light project. She could know about it. Dante could also be like... I don't know. What if Dante was the iron to Diaz's Carmen? Like, what if Diaz is Carmen and Dante was the iron equivalent to Diaz? How, like, Carmen and Iron's relationship was. Diaz is the ex-wife. What if they're fucking divorced? Is bro cooking? You know, because that could be why Vergie's like, you're a big shot, you know. And he's also... and Dante was kind of like, had an asshole-ish personality, apparently. So, you know, Iron wasn't much of a nice fucking person either. And this would also technically make the Dante's Iron theory technically correct, but not actually. Because instead of it being directly Iron, it's just parallels. Then we also have Hermes, the fucking god of the index. So I don't know what the fuck, you know. I don't know, man. His writing is this fire. Isn't Iron in the light? Yeah, Iron is in the light now. At the end of the Lobotomy Corporation, Iron merged with the light. What if Dante is Diaz's different V? What if Diaz was Dante? That's a fucking wild thing. That would be a wild segment. What if Diaz was doing a 9,000 IQ strat, where this whole time, everything that Diaz was doing is like pre-calculated, and she is Dante? The kitchen's now burning. Okay, never mind. Rewind. Will they ever explain Seven Association, Dante? I don't know. Alright, take my pills. Okay, I was cooking and now I'm burning everything down. Fair enough. Dante's head could be made by Yuria. That is actually a high-key potential. If there's any character that exists that could create a prosthetic of the level of the singularity, it would be Yuria. To claim insurance. It will get us against Poseidon, who is Odysseus' #1 hater. So, like, are we gonna... Guys, I don't know the story of Odysseus. Are we, like... climbing a Mount Olympus or something? Like, how does it... I didn't read books. Is Odysseus the... Wait, which one is Odysseus? Is Odysseus the one about the hell and the wife? Or is that the one about Mount Olympus? Or am I thinking of the wrong character? Is it this is the one about the going to hell to get the wife, right? Ulysses? I've never read the Odyssey. No, I've never read the Odyssey. Odysseus is the one about... Odysseus is about the ship? This is Odysseus. That's Orpheus? Fuck, I don't know. I don't know the difference. Which one is... Okay. Fucks up Polyphemus, which is Poseidon's various runs Odysseus' life for making it hard as fuck to navigate the sea. Odysseus is about the journey. Okay, the journey. Okay, that's Orpheus. Man, they got O's in their name, bro. I don't know. Orpheus. Okay, so we got Orpheus, Ulysses, and then... Jesus Christ, I don't know Greek, man. What is this team? Zeus, your son has returned. This is an Ego Armor team. This is another Ego Armor. Okay, so Odysseus, which is Otis, is about the story of traveling. Okay. Alright. So okay. Okay, that makes more sense because of all the war apparel that Otis has. Okay. That makes a lot more sense. That makes more sense. Yeah, guys, I've never read any of the source materials for any of the Sinners. I just want you to know this. Like, I don't read books. As I've said before, in my younger days, in my pre-Unk days, Australian books are fucking dog shit. They are so dog shit and boring that they actually completely, permanently pushed me off ever reading a normal book because of how absolutely disgustingly dog shit they were. Also, double 5% Ishmael. What the fuck's going on? This was back in high school, like pre-high school days, and like primary. Australian books suck ass. They are probably the worst books ever to be created on this planet. And they were so... It wasn't even that they were bad. They were so boring. I actually felt like my time was genuinely wasted. Now, obviously, there are exceptions to the rule. Don't get me wrong. As there are always exceptions to their outliers, right? But I'm talking about standard like books that you would read in like school. You know what I'm saying? What's wrong with Oz books? They're boring. They're boring. They are the most generic, boring pieces of material. Like, I'm talking traditional books that you would read in high school in your English class, okay? As I said, there's always the exception. Am I watching Wuthering Heights movie? No. Your manga manhwa? Yes. My substitution for dog shit books was reading manga manhwa. And that was pretty much my substitution when I was in, like, early high school and, like, primary school. Limbus Company and pseudo Canto analysis. That's a fire book. But yeah, basically when I was a young unk, I guess you could say, instead of reading books, I just read manhwa because I actually was entertained by them, even if they were absolutely dog shit. And I've read some dog shit ass ones. Don't you get me wrong. I mainly read manga. I didn't read manhwa as much. Manhwa was until my later years. Have I read Tower of God? Yes. Stranger is good. Yeah, I know there are good books. Don't get me wrong. I know there are good books, but here's the thing, right? So I know there are good books. I know Limbus has a lot of good books. However, right? However, here's the thing. I don't want to spoil myself on the Limbus story. So I am actively avoiding all of the source material. What's the first one I ever read? Dude, I don't remember. That was a long fucking time ago. Yeah, I don't usually read manhwa. Manhwa is like in the later end of my life, but typically it was this month. But yeah, I'm actually actively avoiding the stories of Limbus because I don't want to be spoiled about the Limbus stories. I know they often subvert it, but I want to go in there blind. Like, in my opinion, guys, I don't particularly care about the books. I am not here for the books. I am here for whatever the PM interpretation of whatever the book is, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? I know that might sound, like, weird, but that's why I don't care about the source material, because if they do a plot twist that is from the source material, I don't want to have already... I don't want to already be aware of it, right? That's kind of the thing. Like, if they do a plot twist that comes from the book, I don't want to be aware of it, even if they completely changed it. So, I don't even want to be aware of the story, because then I could potentially be spoiling myself by association. And I'm like, hell no, I don't want to spoil myself. That's how stingy I am about spoilers. I'm literally actively avoiding the source material to avoid it. Beep boop. Onward. Yeah, there are a lot of good there are manhwa out there. Unfortunately, a lot of the top manhwa, like that people most likely will access because of like it's the easiest, is typically system shit. Yeah, but there is good manhwa. What a vampire. Snake slow and 6 ego sin is true. Like, I know The Stranger because I have a friend who really likes The Stranger, and he explained to me the plot of The Stranger. So I know about The Stranger, but I only know, like, the most important bits about it, or some of the vital bits about it. But I've never read it, so I know, like, a few things about it. Like, I know, like, I know some big plot points. Why is my Heath so sane? Dude, he's just so happy. Also, he is actively losing his sanity right now, so there we go. I should probably counter for a while on him. There you go. There you go, buddy. Do that. He's a little too happy. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. That's the gun from T-Fortress 2. The thing is, I don't even mind okay, here's the thing. I don't mind system stuff. I think system stuff has the potential to be super fucking sick. I think the thing about system, what do you call it? The thing about system manhwa is they play it too safe. That's the problem with system. Right? They play it too safe. They need to go balls to the fucking walls with it. You know what I mean? And also, a lot of system stuff is generally just like action-y fights. But yeah, they play it too safe. I think that's the kind of the problem with system. I need something like what JoJo does with Sans. Yeah, like we need like another JoJo's. No? I mean, do androids breed of electric sheep? I know they do because Don Quixote is an electric sheep. Which is very cute. Yeah, pretty much. Like, solo leveling is just entertaining to watch, but not think about. Especially the anime. They give you a bullet to pass that I don't care about. Yeah, like like the main character will like the manhwa system protagonist will like, he will punch his bully in the face, because there's always a bully. He'll punch his bully in the face, knock them on the ground, and then they'll get like 20 passives, and level up like 50 times, and then like access 50,000 abilities. Bro, you just hit one dude. Why do you get like 50 levels from that, bro? When it's just amazing. Yeah, it happens. It really doesn't matter what people think about like what you like. That is kind of like, that is like high key the most powerful ability to have in the modern day. It's just not caring what other people think and just doing your own thing. And then before use for the German Bleach double season, love this well. Oh god. And character's names in Japanese for anime, but was reverted back to Korean. I don't know. He also got the size Starstorm. Like, exactly, dude. Like, give me like a Earthbound. Dude, turn Earthbound into a fucking manhwa plot, and I'm telling you, that shit's gonna sell like hotcake. Just take Earthbound and one-to-one copy it, bro. No meme. Just copy fucking Earthbound one-to-one, and I'm telling you, you will have a new top 50, like top 10 manhwa of the month. You know what I'm saying? How to be happy at life, become unrage baitable. I'm gonna be honest with you, the way to be happy at life is to not engage in communities. I'm sorry. It's active. If you want to be happy, don't actively engage in communities. Fuck that. That is how you be happy in life. Fast live matter, true. That's why I'm not gonna blow her up. Dead ass, guys. And this is for any fandom, any game, even Limbus, bro. If there was a person, like if someone came up to me and was like, "Hey, Mr. Ever, I want to get into Limbus company. What should I do?" I'll put my hand on the shoulder. I said, first of all, just don't ever interact with the community. Just play the game and do your own, and watch some YouTube videos and do your own thing, bro. And that's not like me flaming the community. I'm part of the community too. But I say that for anything. Like My Hero, I'd say don't interact with the community. Just watch My Hero and read the manga. Oh, you want to get into fucking TF2, bro? Don't interact with the community. Just fucking play TF2 and play and have fun. You want to fucking talk about solo leveling? Just fucking watch solo leveling. I'm talking every single community ever. I am not designing. Just never join anything. Well, how do I contribute to agenda posts if I don't do that? Yeah, JJK, don't interact with TikTok. You know? You want to watch Dragon Ball and One Piece? Watch Dragon Ball and One Piece. Never interact with the community. There's always outliers to the exception, obviously. There's always good things, but if you just never want to give yourself the headache, right? Like, you never want to give yourself a headache, and you never want to get rage baited, just don't ever interact with it. Even if there is good things, right? Just don't ever interact with it. I guess that's what I'm saying. Ooh, floor full bridal. I'll take that. Why can't we interact with the community? If I'm in this instinct, in instance, I'm specifically specifying if you want to live a peaceful life. If you want to live a peaceful life with no headache and happiness and sunshine and puppies, then don't. You know? I was in a witness, everybody go group as Beast Go Hard. On the TF2 husband, I said you can watch videos. Like, watching videos is not interacting with the community. Watching videos is chilling. Interacting with the community is like participating in discussions, communicating with like other people, going in like-minded individuals, and like forming a movement. You know? You can no. You guys are misunderstanding. You guys are miscruiting my example. You can be a bystander. You can be a viewer, a voyeur, even as they say, right? Like you could watch You could observe, but never interact. That's what I'm trying to say, right? You can, if you love reading theories, you can read all the theories you want. If you like, you know, like watching power scaling videos, watch all the power scaling videos that you want. But never interact. Never participate, right? Always just be in the background and never ever put yourself forward. Never give yourself face. The surrendered witnessing. Do I have a gift here to sell? No. Living ignorant and happy is worse than living sad but knowledgeable. I don't think there's anything knowledgeable about participating in a community that makes you miserable. And then run away as soon as any resistance. Why Pivo's a blind red isn't ever close. Is this ego gear? Yes. Oh yeah, and the common things is like never go on Twitter, never go on Reddit, never go on fucking community hub Discord. Just never go anywhere. Don't even come to mine. I'm not even like dead ass. Obviously, you guys are all cooked. You have no choice. You have to participate. In fact, you have to subscribe now if you haven't as well. That's a rule. But like, I'm talking about like if someone named John, and he was like a 35-year-old man, and he has a loving wife and 2 kids, and he's got a job, and he has a mortgage, and he came up to me and he said, "I want to get in a Limbus company. What do I do?" I said, "Just play a Limbus company, bro." I said, play Library Runner, play Lob, play Limbus, watch some videos, and that's it, bro. I said, never go further than that. We are the exception. No, I am not the exception, bro. Am I talking about myself? Yes, I am John, the 35-year-old man with a loving wife, 2 kids, and a mortgage. I'm talking to myself about not participating in the game. How the fuck does that make sense? I didn't know you were named John. You guys always call me John Limbus, guys. I thought that was the irony, you know? Wasn't that not irony? No, I'm not fucking John. Play Slop. Yeah, Limbus Slop instead of Ruiner, Giga Chad Ruiner, and Lobotomy Corporation. Don't get rage baited. See, but it's hard to not get rage baited. That's the problem, right? Like, some people don't want to admit it, but it's pretty easy to get fucking rage baited. It's pretty fucking easy to get rage baited. That's why I don't ever, like, I never comment on anything on, like, twitter.com. The only thing I ever comment on twitter.com is underneath ProjectMoon posts, and if I see art from, a lot of people that I like. And I'll be like, cute! Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. I'll be like, wow, so awesome! Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. I'll be like, Nari! Exclamation point, exclamation. That's it. That's all I ever do on twitter.com. Congratulations. I'm crying out of pure anger. We get to pay child support. Joy maxing. I have been playing Terraria recently, actually. I saw the comment. I have been really liking Terraria recently. The new update is out, and I've been super enjoying it. It definitely eats time, dude. Holy shit. What do you call it? I've been really liking the new update. The new update's been really fun. I haven't played Terraria in, like, fucking ever, bro. So, like, going back to play Terraria, especially with like a group, I play with a group of people, like a group of friends that I haven't played with in a while, and we're just chilling. Like, we're not even rushing. I can't handle like I say zoomer like speeds. I can't handle like the modern day like speed that people do things with. You know what I'm saying? Like, people be playing Minecraft and they'd be finishing that shit in like 3 seconds. I can't do that anymore, man. I gotta take my time. I hate rushing. I just like being a slow pace. You know, I can't be doing that shit anymore. Slow slop, yeah. I need my slow slop. So like, we're playing Terraria. you know, we go like 2.5 to 3 days without even fighting like the Wall of Flesh. We're doing base Terraria, no mods, and we go 3 days, and we haven't fought the Wall of Flesh in 3 days, right? Marvel Rivals. Marvel Rivals is the exception because, yeah, and even then, I haven't played Marvel Rivals in like over a few weeks. Like it's been a few weeks since I played Marvel Rivals. And also, I don't play competitive in Marvel Rivals. I only play casual. It doesn't matter. I play casual. I don't play competitive, chat. I'm not a competitive gamer. I'm chilling. I'm playing casual. I'm having for fun. I'm playing with friends. Like, I play in a group. You know? I'm in permanent figuritas. Yeah, I play for the vibes, chat. I play for the vibes. Good vibes. I despise PvP, chat. I hate competitive play with first player. I'm not even a PvP person. Like, if Marvel Rivals came out with a permanent PvE mode, like the mode I've played on Marvel Rivals the most at the current moment is their like 16v16 mode. I've been playing that the most. Like when that game mode came out, that's pretty much the mode I played the most because I could just hop into a game, you know, it'd be like 4 minutes and I could just fuck around. Like I'm just chilling. I don't have to like stress about like, you know, trying to carry or like being so. You know, main Rivals. I used to play Thor for the first 4 seasons. I played only Thor, and then I became a Black Widow player. And then, yeah, well, now we know how that ended up. I had enough PvP with MOBAs. Yeah, guys, I used to really be into fucking Dota 2 and League of Legends, and thank God I'm not into League of Legends anymore. I still like Dota 2, but League of Legends. Yeah, now I'm the Zar. Now I'm Zaza, so I can't even play my character anymore. Do you know how much work and effort it took for me to get good at Black Widow? Or for fucking one bastard to just ruin the reputation of the entire... You know how much we had to sacrifice as Black Widow players? All of that to be gone in a day. All of the effort of being a Black Widow and trying to, you know, and fucking sweating my ass off in like learning how to aim and like, you know, making sure that you do combos and be a... Oh, what the hell happened? What the hell? Someone died. Yizang! Oh, my boy. You know, all of that's gone. The effort's gone. Deadlock. I have played Deadlock with a few people. I have played Deadlock. Like, I've been playing Deadlock. I liked Deadlock before... How did he die? I don't know. I thought... Oh, because I didn't kill the flower. I thought I killed this fucking flower, bro. I guess I didn't. Whippers? Dude, wait, I've done like no damage to this rose. Oh shit. Okay. I liked Deadlock. I've been playing Deadlock with a few friends, like a few others, but I just... It's too fast paced for me now. I can't keep up with it, man. Dude, let me tell you this, guys. I am a MOBA player. I played Dota 2. Deadlock is more stressful than Dota 2 and League of Legends combined. 1,000 years of the tournament. Right? Permanent Pigaritas. I just don't want to rush in my life anymore. You know, I want to chill. Okay? I used to be a Dota player. I know how it is to be in high-intensity mode. Dude, Deadlock is way fucking worse. Saw the situation on Limbus. That was reach. Have you guys alternative to Fire Fist? I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say... I mean, you could, if you don't have Fire Fist, yeah, you can use it, but like, if you're gonna be burn specifically, you probably want Fire Fist. Specifically for burn. Since I play that? No, I cannot. I would love T-Core. No, I don't think I will. I don't think I would like T-Core. Is the lobotomy run? Yes. Also, we are, we're doing something. Teach me to play Rivals. I don't think you want to play with me. I'm a Black Widow player. Good luck, guys. Good luck. It's over. Okay. Unity ego. I need to kill these things. I will play with the vibes. Yes, we are all playing for the vibes. Excellent. There we go. I play with the vibes? Yes, I play for the vibes. I play for good vibes. It's too exhausting. Pretty much. PvP games are pretty much very exhausting. Again, Rivals is the only exception because... Rivals... Okay. Rivals is the exception because playing Marvel Rivals was like playing Overwatch for the first time back in 2016. Holy shit, Overwatch beta in 2016 was genuine peak FPS. I don't know how to describe this to you, man, but playing Marvel Rivals for the, like, when it came out and in beta for the first time, I had the same feeling as when I played fucking Overwatch back in the old days. In 2016 era, and that just I just love playing it, man. I can't say it, you know. I just oh god, he's a lot of HP. Okay. You know, and a lot of people complain about Marvel Rivals and the balancing. And again, this is the exact scenario I talked about, where like when you only sit there and listen to fucking people yap and fucking yap. You know the meme, doing, you know, X is actually quite enjoyable when you don't have some bitch ass fuck yelling in your ear about how miserable everything is. That's pretty much Marvel Rivals. Dog, that was 10 years ago. Oh god. Oh god, 26 was 20 years ago, wasn't it? Oh. I hired Minecraft 4, and that was my childhood game. That's fair. Oh, I'm minus 45, I'm tweaking. Becomes free, and then Overwatch 2 happens. Yeah, they really got it, didn't they? The panicking, Heathcliff. I need you to get up for this one, buddy. Okay, do all this, do all this. How's your magic bullet? You only have one magic bullet? Okay. I'm gonna save fast exploding for later. Heath is sad. Overwatch was good until it dropped, pretty much. Overwatch was good for the first 2 years of its existence. After that, it kind of cooked, man. And it's unfortunate. But it's alright, you know why? Because we've got Marvel Rivals now, and I don't need Overwatch anymore. I don't need you anymore, Overwatch. Even though they added, I think her name was Vindicta? They added a giant sword lady, and I was like, damn, that's tempting. But my temptation was beaten. All I had to do was just not. We'll do this. Vendetta. She's genuinely the only character that has come out like while I haven't played, and I'm like, you know what? You almost got me. She's just a Deadlock character. Not really. She's not really a Deadlock character. I've played Deadlock. I know what Deadlock character is. Not really. Will I be next to Rhea and with my 2 kids? Maybe. Yeah, Overwatch 2 did not help. Overwatch 2 was just a cash grab, pretty much. Wanna break the... Are we breaking the head now? What's going on? I feel like we're breaking the flesh. Break the flesh. I'm gonna have fast explode. But I like the gorilla guy. Me too. Me too. Alright, fast isn't exploding yet. Maybe Brig was to the point over started taking the nosedive. Yeah, but they could have recovered with Brig. They really could have. Like, Brig was an instance where they doubled down. Like, they really should not have doubled down. You know? All they had to do was hotfix, like, all they had to do with Brig, right? It was so simple. She released. In the first 2 weeks of her existence, she completely changed the game. They should have kill switched her, right? And then, like, fixed her. How simple is that? Just kill switch the bitch, fix her, and then go back. Like, it was that simple. It truly was that simple. Alright, goodbye, Faust. Happy birthday, Faust. Happy birthday, Faust. Happy birthday! Oh. That was a lot of damage, Faust. That was actually a perfect Faust S3, by the way. She blew up both the Wrath Flowers. That was like quite perfect. Bang. Don't shoot my team, please. Okay, good. Even without the average Boba player trophy slurs. There was a, you know. There's an environment you grew up in. Fireworks, you shouldn't have. I know, I'm such a nice guy. Alright, we need to kill these now. 13 turns. This is honestly not that bad of a turn count for the team we're running with no ego gifts, by the way. Well, we have ego gifts, but this is actually a scary thing that we actually have to, Who is dying here? Okay, we need Orshu to live. That's Lantern Dawn. That's Sunshower Heath. Who are you? That's Faust. Well, Faust is dead. So I guess Sunshower Heathcliff needs to live. Faust is born on Groundhog Day? I guess so. Bonk bonk. Alright, that kills. Yeah. Arcana Pierce. To hold R2 Rose all over again. I mean, yeah, this is pretty much an R2 Rose fight. I don't mind this though. Like I like interacting with the abnormality gimmick, so this is I don't mind that much. Oh. Heathcliff. It was nice knowing you. Oh. Never mind, it was nice winning. Yippee! So no, Laz. No. Gregor. And on her birthday. He lives. That was only floor 4. We grab bridal though. Shit, where do I go now? I need an easy floor. Let's go line 3. If they change R2 Buckhack, I'm curious what they would do to R. Look, okay, here's the thing. I liked R2 Buckhack, but the problem with R2 Buckhack is literally like 2 fights. It's Sunshower, not Sunshower. Yeah, Sunshower fight and what do you call it? Whatever his name is. The teacup machine. I don't remember his name. Why am I forgetting his name? Yeah, it's just like those 2 fights were like the worst ones. I think everything else was fine. Ooh, give me those S3s, baby. Phantom Pain, we need that. Light Bloomers, we need that. A lot of good S3s here. Yeah, as like that's what I'm saying. They did like fix those fights. Like the thing is, they did rework the Buckhack 1 fights, so like, can't be that bad. RR2. Yeah. Why am I not remembering his name? That guy. Yeah, why can I not remember his name? But yeah, him and Sunshower were the 2 worst fights. Exile and Lament, I think they're different. Yeah, we're gonna not team heal, we're just gonna full heal. Because this will keep Sunshine low. Steam Transport Machine, yes, thank you. I was having a brain fart. Steam Transport Machine and Sunshine were the worst fights of R2. Genuinely, oh, and the T-Corp guys. Fuck the T-Corp guys. But those two, because they were at the beginning, they made it feel such a slog. But honestly, I didn't mind Fey Lantern. I didn't mind Wayward Passenger. I didn't mind anyone, like, besides that. I didn't mind the Fairy Gentleman and Fairy Longlegs fight. I thought that was fun. Yeah, I know his name is Drifting Fox, but I just call him Sun Shower. I just call Drifting Fox Sun Shower because, like, it is a sun shower if you think about it. I was contacted heads to go after you for making the fast up. Ah, shit. Is everything get marked up for no reason? Yeah. I'm using Rupture if Steam Transfer has a resist. Yeah, pretty much. I am going in there with either whole high show or I'm going in there with fucking the Ryoshu. I mean, probably I'm gonna go in there with the Ryoshu ego, I ain't gonna lie to you. Come on, Faust, you win this, you win this, you win this. Yeah, atta girl. It's your birthday. Boop. I feel like we're gonna get a thing. I feel like the ego gear is too awesome not to use in characters. Maybe. Oh wowie. Alright, here we go. Bang 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 bang. I love the noise. Bang 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 bang. Bang 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 bang. No, Val, don't use that 3. It's fine. It's okay. She has nothing. You really can't go whole Higo Gear without Slush Spell? Oh, I could. I'm just using her because it's funny. This is going to be the hardest floor, obviously, but you know what? We have Eero if we need to. We have no ego equipped because I'm lazy, but that's fine. Wait, chat. I have a question. Maybe you have an answer. Or if not an answer, a theory. When does the IG drop? This Thursday, this week. Okay, hold on. We gotta do. We gotta look at something real quick. Fast skill 3. Okay, we know how this works. At 30 SP, she will activate ABS. Okay, we know that. After using the skill dice, we know that she dies. Okay. But what if I Irid Faust? Does she still die? It says heal HP by a certain percentage of damage dealt when hit does not become staggered. Minimum HP is fixed to 10. Could I ABS her without ABSing? It is instant. Yes, you are correct. It does say insta death. That is true. But have you also considered, chat, that this is ProjectMoon code you're talking about? Okay. Hold on. I know it sounds correct. But what if it was a Limbus code? Okay. Shall we test it? I kind of want to test it. You really can't copy this code. I kill myself by Sinclair. I'm willing to test it. Let's get to a point where we can test it. I kind of want to test it, Ike. The kitchen is burning. I want to test it. So let's get her to a strong little area. Like once we get to like the last wave or something, we'll do it. If it works, it's Limbus code. If it doesn't work, it's Limbus code. Literally. Does it work with egg? Yes, egg revives her. Well, egg puts you at 1 HP, so. It says because you ain't fixing the code, the game is like, nah, maybe, we'll see. Egg is made for Faust, so egg was specifically made to revive Faust. So yes, egg revives Faust, because egg prevents you from dying. Which one excites me the most, Sinclair or Gregor? I really like Gregor. Like I'm really excited for Gregor, but Renclair's, once I've actually read Renclair's kit, I'm like genuinely excited for Renclair's as well. Like Renclair got me more excited. I was already like hyped for Ren because I like Ren, right? But when I was like, I already knew like some things going like, oh, I already knew it's gonna be like this or like that. But when I actually read it, I was like, dude, hold on, this might be fire. Like I'm hyped, But I think it is logical that Hohenheim for me is like probably the most at the current. So I'm like, it's Hohenheim, bro. It's the GOAT. But I want both. Obviously, I want both. I'm gonna get both, and we're gonna play both. Evade with Faust? No, I must get her low HP so I have maximum power in her conditionals. They give us Poland, you saying? I think if they do give us Nurse Fathers, it'll be at the end of the season. Is he more defensive oriented? It's not that he's more defensive oriented, it's that he uses his defensive skills to build up power to then he uses his defensive skills to build up poise, count, and crit damage to then get even stronger skills. Yeah, he's a group damage poise crit monster, which I'm like, that's like sick. Hey Faust, you just keep swinging. To match the fight? True, that would have been funny. Bonk. For real, for real. Renclair does sound interesting. Yeah, no, that's fair. Like Hohenheim definitely has like the more flashier kit overall, and I think it's fair. Now Faust. All right, we are getting close to that expiration date on a certain Faust identity. We're gonna not use that. We're gonna save that. We're gonna save the Burn Society. Okay? Save the Burn Society. Save Burn Society. Faust. If we do get ring apprentices such as IDs, who would it even be? Faust is the most popular one at the moment. With this era ice summon. Soon, hold on. Once we get to about halfway, doesn't her evade lower her burn? Yeah, but like, it's unopposed, so it's not gonna actually evade. If it's unopposed, it doesn't evade it. You have to evade. Okay, baby bird, I saw you beat a clash. I saw you, buddy. No, bitch, you ain't. ABS skill theory. My brother still rolled 2 heads at -45, bro. That's crazy. That is crazy. He still did that. All right, after this turn, I think we'll blow Faust up. No one does it like potential, man. No, honestly, no one does it. By the way, he's being buffed by, he is actually being buffed, by the way, by, Knight of Despair. Is it Eager Gear on the team? Yeah. So, Sunshower is currently being buffed by, Gears Sharpened with Swords. Persia. If you don't remember what it does, I believe it gives him final power on his skills. It's very nice. Cascading Gaze. Boom. What a good Ryoshu identity, by the way. Fucking hell, she's such a good identity. She will not be forgotten next time. Otis already took that role. No! Yeah, middle nurse father is Otis. Alright. Alright. I think this will be a good time to blow up. I guess. I mean, we're still only halfway. Maybe next time, but I don't want to risk it. Oh yeah, so 90... Where is she? Here we go. At 15 less SP, minus final power. At 30 less SP, 15% damage and final coins. So we have less SP. Should I era this? Yeah, I think I should era. Actually, do I era? No, I'm not gonna era this. No. I'll do it next turn. Next turn. They're all too weak here. They're all too weak right now. I'm gonna do it next turn. That is gonna make me go instantly insane, which I might as well fucking do. That's fine. Hold on, we're gonna get one more. We're gonna bring her to 1 HP, chat. We're gonna bring her to 1 HP, and then we're gonna do it. We're gonna have maximum conditionals on her skill 3. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna bring her to 1 fucking HP, and then we're gonna be like, all right, Faust, max attack weight. She's so good. I use her too much, and now I hate her. Ah, that's fair. I lost to blame. That is fair. Well, if I use Era, she can't die. Sun shower. Free paralyze. Yoink. All right, this is a good time to. Dude, she's literally last. Okay, never mind. Next turn we Era her. She's going fucking last. Faust, stop going last. Don't do that. If she dies here, I'm gonna be so sad. Cascading gaze. I think it'd be really funny if the Pinky Nurse Father was Araya. Oh, no. Sinclair! Okay, buddy. Nice. Faust won that. Okay, now we blow Faust up. Alright, Faust. You are strong. Let me see you. Let me see you blow him up, Faust. I'm really curious of this. ProjectMoon code? Okay, no, she dies. She dies. Okay. Oh, now we know that the game is coded correctly. And that she does die. Now we know. That's good to know. That's good knowledge. That's good game knowledge. Rest in peace, Val. She's gone. Would it work for magic bullets? I'm pretty sure Magic Bullet 1 says she shoots herself and dies. So yeah, she just blew up. She did, in fact, just blow up. She dies in game. She dies in real life. No! Yeah, so she still dies. It turns out, chat, that the game is coded correctly. And if the skill says, after attack dies, you most likely, spoiler alert, will die if you have ear activated. Maybe that's a bug though, who knows, chat. Oh, Lament, it's my favorite app though. That's fair. I don't mind that. But yeah, I think Era won't work. You see, okay, but the reason I thought about that is because ego gifts work. Ego gifts from the mirror dungeon prevent you from dying. So I thought maybe they would have coded it just the same way, and they would have just coded it, like, you know. But it turns out, no, Era is in fact coded differently. Cascading gaze. Hung Yuan banner? Yeah. So it looks like there's going to be a Hung Yuan identity banner. Hung Yuan is everything that isn't Haisho. So Lord Honglu, Daiyu, Z-Chun, N-Corp Duo, most likely. The charge rush of Bleed team is possible. Yep. Hey, but quick question. For Lantern and Gregor, do I think it's going to work better in sinking or in burn? Probably sinking. Burn, look, the thing about burn is that Fire Fist is really good. But it's not just that Fire Fist is really good. It's just that Linton is a lot more of a difficult sinking unit to use overall. And Lamp will provide a much more easier sinking use capability. However, I would still say that they're both pretty equal depending on how you want to use it. For instance, I think Echoes of the Mana, I think Linton probably provides better sinking count overall. Like, if you only care about sinking count, and you don't care about anything else, I don't care about anything else, I just want sinking count, then Linton will provide a better overall. If you want utility and a little bit of sinking, and you want to use Gregor and Solemn Lament, then I think Lamp will be better. I'm playing keyboard or controller? No, I play mouse and keyboard. I had to pull my Soldado Mersault. True. Speaking of, I think we're just about done here. Bam, bam, bam. Oh my god, Zeke. Oh, I was about to say, dude, my Ishmael's winning. What happened would I want as a combat encounter in the game? Okay, if I wanted an abnormality to fight, ooh, that's a hard question. There's a lot of good abnormalities. I'm gonna pick an abno that's like, maybe one of the Limbus event abnos? I almost called it Z-Tune, yes. Maybe one of the Limbus event abnos that we don't really get to interact with that much. Who's an event that would be a firefight? Maybe Sunset Overdrive? Sunset Traveler. Sunset Traveler as an abnormality fight would be very interesting. I think what it could be done, how it could be done is like, you're kind of the asshole. Like, Sunset Traveler is like a nice guy. He's just a really nice dude. And you're just gonna have to, yeah, Sunset Overdrive. I was thinking of JoJo. Okay, we're not going into parallel mode. Yay! Yeah, Sunset Overdrive is the game. No, I was in Sunset Traveler. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's kind of an asshole move, you know? Also, wow, my Faust almost beat Orshu on her birthday. Adorable. I have the previous season fights, non-abnormals, Yinlong and Centipede alongside the new ones. I think it will. Yeah, I think it'll have everything to do with the last season. Dude, Faust almost won. If Faust didn't blow up, chat, she actually might have beaten Reoshu in damage, which is crazy. Love you. Faust barely lost to Orshu, literally by 20 damage. Fucking barely. I mean, but look how much damage taken she did to Orshu. Faust did beat her. She did. Yeah, you know what? She did. She was close. She's close. She was 20 off. 20 off. I was like, in our hearts, she beat her. Bing. 95. I'll claim that. Yippee. Red Riding Hood would be fun. However, the reason I didn't say Red Riding Hood is because I fucking know, because you know how many people fucking hated the Red Riding Hood and Big Bad Wolf fight in Library of Ruina. That shit is like one of the most hated fucking fights in the game. I don't even think that's the worst fight. I think the worst fucking fight is Servant of Wrath and the fucking Hermit, bro. Fuck that stupid ass Hermit. I want to beat his ass. That fight is way worse than the Red Riding Hood fight. The Red Riding Hood fight is so much more manageable than that bitch-ass hermit. Okay? That bitch-ass hermit and her bitch-ass friend, fuck them. Alright? That asshole, I hate that guy. That guy is an ass to fight. I feel like Red is not even that bad compared to that. I wasn't here when he went over couldn't clear his peak. I agree. Welcome back. I hate Red Riding Hood. Faust was on fire today. Faust did well. Faust did well. We're not going to claim that. 30. Yippee! There's a quick one for me. I don't know, man. That 7 Wrath one beat my ass. That's the only benefit Hermit had. Claim the mission. I'm actually not going to claim the mission. There's a reason I'm not claiming the mission. You see how I have this single weekly mission here? If I claim this weekly mission, I will be 1 pip off having a flat even number for my Battle Pass XP. So I'm going to purposely ignore this weekly mission so that starting next week, I will have perfectly even pip numbers. I'll have either a full bar like this, or I'll have 5 out of 10 permanently. And that'll be nice. So, yeah, we're doing that. OCD. That is... maybe it is. But honestly, I think it's worth. No, it's very relevant for this. It needs to be a flat... No, I don't have OCD. But I just want my Limbus pass to be a nice even number. Okay, an even pip level. Why spell still holds up? Oh yes, why spell still holds up. 100%. So spell is still an insane identity. She's so great. She's great. I don't use Wayna. I need to use her more, to be honest with you. I haven't used her for a while. Maybe I will use her again. She's still really good. She's insane. ICD? Where do you see him? Well, I don't care about the number of the season pass. That's fine. I care about the pips. So I would be 4 out of 5 pips, 4 out of 10, and then I'll do my mirror dungeons, and then I'll put me at 9 out of 10, and I'm just like mad. And then I'll do like all my dailies, and they'll put me at 9 out of 10. So I'm like, fuck that. I'm just gonna be flat. I don't care if I lose 4 pips. I'll make back the pips by doing mirror dungeons. And tips for extreme. How can I maintain my Sins Clash? Because my floor 11 that was impossible. Even level up ego gifts offense, and I get obliterated. Best thing is obviously if you're running a dual status, you're going to have much more of an advantage. So dual status like Poise Rupture, Charge Rupture, Tremor Burn, something like that. Second, it's the amount of tier 4s you need. So obviously if you're doing a keyword, you need all your tier 4s in your area. The ones that have the best are Charge, Poise, Tremor, because they have like the Warp Train, they have Time Killing Time, they have like LCE. Well, LCE doesn't have any. But High Show Pack does. Then you're gonna want things like Tremor. You're gonna want Downpour. You're gonna want Melted Eyeball, and you're gonna want the Bell. The Downpour is the biggest thing, and including the Gloppo Eye, which is the Melted Eyeball. That have permanent 5 offense level. Then, if you want as well, I recommend getting the Red Gossipium. Right? Red Gossipium, and then you get the Rusted Muzzle, and then you can inflict bleed. Can I do a Bloodfiend team with only Rupture gifts? Yeah, you could. I had a lot of these, and then maybe you picked the bad pack. You could have also picked really bad trials. If you picked all offense level for your trials, you're going to be going into that last fight with a whole bunch of fucking like offense up that you can't compare to. Offense level up is a little bit of a scary... it's like a silent killer, where you think it'll be better to take offense level up, but it's actually not. The Shadow Memory for the free 10 levels. Yeah, obviously that's good. I did offense levels. Yeah, so that's probably what got you. Offense levels is a very sneaky killer. It will sneak up on you because you'll go into a fight and then the enemy has like 180 offense level and you get cooked. You always want to go for things like growth, resilience, HP, defense level up, and then I would honestly argue final power over offense level up. What's worse, coin power or 5 billion offense level up? I mean, 1 coin power plus 5 million offense level up. I think I'd rather take 1 coin power. All right. But guys, that is going to be it for tonight, guys. Obviously, tomorrow we will be back with another adventure in the Mirror Dungeons, obviously. But for now, guys, we have discussed the identities. We talked about the patch. That's going to be it for me. I'm out of energy now. So we will be coming back here tomorrow. We'll be doing something tomorrow. I don't know what we'll do. I'll figure it out. We'll do something tomorrow as we prepare for the new IDs. And yeah, that's going to be it, guys. Thank you all for joining. Hope you're all well and you know, enjoyed the patch stuff. I'll see you all tomorrow, guys. Good luck with your runs. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll be around to answer anything you guys want. All right, take care, everyone. Bye-bye.